Welcome, everyone, to Rock Coliseum XX20 No Limits. For those of you who are wondering what this absolute monstrosity madness is going to be, this is the one where we give back and say no limits to your super chat suggestions. No matter what they are, past suggestions, band versus band, songs and albums and artists outside of rock and everything else and metal and alternative, that's up to you. This is the one time we're going to see if we can actually trust our audience.
Oh, boy.
Please don't make us regret that. Right. Pretty please.
It was less than a week ago where I dropped a message in with these three gentlemen that I said, this will either be great or a disaster. Please.
And that's all up to you.
Please let this be great, and please don't let us forget anything more this month. I don't think that's asking too much. With me, very briefly, are John from ARTV, Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and Crash Thompson. Everyone, these three gentlemen have all their channels in the links below. If you're not subscribed to them yet, why?
What are you doing with your or whatever your soundbite is? Yeah,
I understand why you're not subbed to me. It's okay, homie.
You know, when I make a sales pitch for you, Crash, it's not really appropriate to go back on. It's like, no, you don't need it.
Nah, okay.
Psychology.
I'm sorry. That's fair. Yeah, see, that's I'm tricking the people into thinking I'm clever, so they should subscribe.
Those subscribers who don't want to come to him, come to me instead. I'd be grateful for your.
See, Mark with the assist, or Mark with the rebound. There we go.
Business savvy, right there. Well, if you don't
Mark
want
with
the
steal.
yeah, the steal. So, what in the world is this going to be? So, the first round is going to be as normal, no limits, but open for anyone. You don't need to super chat. We will go through them at random. I'll just pick one and stop on the randomizer. Whatever we get, we get. Please don't be weird. I will ask that continuously. Please don't be weird. Please.
Pretty please.
Like, not too weird.
Seriously.
You know? Yeah. Like, not like...
fun weird, not like weird.
Like
you can
black metal era weird.
You can be quirky and fun with it. Please don't do anything that would actually get you kicked out of a public location with what you super chat. How does that sound?
And when I say public location, a Canadian public location.
Yes,
where
they have manners. Yes.
Or anything that would get you kicked out of a Discord server.
Yeah.
Goodness, yes.
Fair? Let's just behave within reason, okay? That's all we're saying.
This is our chance to give no limits to all of you. Also, if this goes well, we will have another Coliseum, except it'll be Coliseum Madness at the end of March. That's right. Yes. We'll do another bracket system, and I swear, if it ends like it did last time, friendships are over.
Was that the block party time?
Yes, it was the block party one.
I'm still happy about that, man.
I'm great. Worked out well for me.
Feeling pretty good about that one, Luke. Gotta say.
Yeah, like
that might have been the only time where I actually short-circuited. It was like, what? So
you're being outvoted.
That being said, thank you all for joining in. You'll see how this goes. I do see a lot of familiar names and faces. Thank you so much for the super chats so far. In the second half, we will go through as many super chats as possible. However, we will not be able to get to every single one of them. We will get them in the document later. I will say for the first hour, even though this is no limits, do your best to give suggestions we know of. Even though it's no limits and you can do whatever you want, I'm telling you, we're not going to have great discussion if it's Zach and the Zactones B-side Zacharella.
See, we're expanding outside of genres.
I haven't thought about that one in a while.
Like, it was the dance album. Like, sometimes you have to be willing to accept those house and those acid house experiments. Like, I was into it.
Late? 20 years after the craze?
That was Zach's acid era, all right.
Yeah.
So, and then in the second hour, we'll take care of that. Also, one of our goals was already achieved by so many generous super chatters. We will have one round of Festival Rock or Flop, a one-day festival during halftime after the first hour. Last time, Kid Rock came in and really ruined everything, and that's how the game goes. So,
just like the inauguration.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry, I hate to. I shouldn't be topical right now. I apologize.
It's okay. We're all kind of a little bit burned out right now from everything that related. So, that being said, we will also do a second day of it if we get to 100 likes. So, please hit the like button. Please. It's free and it takes you 1 second. 500 likes and Crash will show little guy and give him belly rubs on screen.
Crash is going to show what at 500 likes?
Little guy. What?
Luke, speaking of doing inappropriate stuff on your stream,
You took something innocent in such a dark way.
I'm just saying it's going to take more than 500 likes for that, amigo.
$500? No.
Oh,
Goodness. So, is there anything I need to cover? Anything else I need to explain or that I haven't covered yet?
I think we're good.
I think we're all right. Yep, I can't think of
thing.
anything.
One more
We're
thing.
cruising.
I will say this really quick. There are going to be at least 1 or 2 people who are trying to either be snarky and do stuff that they intentionally know that we don't want to talk about, the real extreme stuff, or just trying to troll. You can do those suggestions, but keep in mind, we might just talk about something else, or we'll just make fun of you. So...
Mind that me and Crash have been in a D&D campaign for just about like half a year now, and it's been continuous, been damn near weekly. I have so many stories, and if you want this conversation to be dominated by me telling stories about D&D. Clearly, that is the most interesting thing for all of you, and for those of you who think it is interesting, shut up, you're lying. So,
I think we're ready. John, Mark, Crash, thank you for being here. Thank you for trying to figure this out. Whatever this is going to be. Whatever this is going to be.
We're going to roll with it.
Coliseum, no limits.
No limits.
You didn't have a title card made up for this, Luke?
Sponsored by Surge Drink, you know?
And Red Bull.
We're going no limits.
by
We're fighting. We are fighting against the limits. You could almost say we're no limit soldiers.
Oh, goodness.
I forgot that we had access to those.
I don't give a shit. We're rolling with it.
Yeah.
Play them all, baby. I live for this shit.
If we had the vaudeville cane, Crash, there would have been one that kind of just dragged you out by the neck.
Where is my soundboard? I need this.
It's in Discord somewhere. I only have a few programs because if I do it like on Discord, then it messes up the video. But I only have a few on my stream deck. Okay,
Gotcha.
You've all been patient enough. Here we go. Could be a mess and stop. A serious one, a nice one to start with. Thank you.
Okay.
Band versus band, Epica versus Spiritbox.
Ooh.
With the lady singers. We have definitely not done that one before.
I don't know Epica.
Okay.
That is apples and oranges. That's definitely an apples and oranges comparison. But I wonder where their heads at.
I see it.
You want to just do this one really quick since John's
we
sitting
can.
out? Okay.
Yeah.
Epica. 1, 2, 3.
They get the edge for me on this one.
Fair. And Spiritbox for me. I do like Epica, especially that album 2020, 2021, whatever it was. So.
That album was phenomenal. I'll speak quickly on this. I'm imagining some of this is because Epica has recently announced an album's coming out this year.
Okay.
Which I'm excited about. I don't think it's really fair. I think Epica, when you have at least probably, on my opinion, their entire 2000s run is phenomenal.
That's over 20 years of material. So
and like Spiritbox, they have what, one album?
Yeah,
one
full album, a handful of EPs. Yeah,
it's good stuff, but it's definitely not nearly the amount. So
so I think Spiritbox has the potential to like make some grandiose and impressive music. I liked their debut. I didn't love it, but like, it's not fair. I'll say that.
That's fair. My defense for Spiritbox, they've been hitting so hard with everything. I just feel like they're on such a good streak that it's hard for me to put it down. Anything for you, Crash, for Epica?
Again, it's Mark's. Like Mark said, they've barely been around long enough to have a comparison to Epica. Epica just has that back catalog to back them up. So, Spiritbox could get there, but give them time, folks. Let them cook.
One thing I will say that tends to get overlooked: that Spiritbox collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion was phenomenal.
Was amazing. I loved that shit.
And
I really didn't.
Super
I didn't know what the hell to
too.
expect. But
Yeah.
So good. God.
Good stuff.
more of that, please.
Yes.
Absolutely.
For both of them.
Yeah.
100%.
More collabs like that, please.
Also, we have half of Ivan on screen right now.
Oh,
Hi,
boy. He's a good boy.
He's getting used to the new home. And there's my wife.
Good
saying
boy,
that I can't
Ivan.
see it. Let's move on. I know you're not here for puppy chat and puppy cam. I apologize.
Yes, as soon as you put the camera on him, he runs away, just like my dog.
That sounds right. Yeah, that's about right. So, thank you guys so much. Keep the super chats coming. They are greatly appreciated. We'll get through as many as we can at random. So, and stop. Okay. This is one we've done before years ago. This is a good discussion. I'm sure we all have an opinion on it. Good Charlotte.
Yeah, I've probably had some updated opinions since then.
Yes.
So have I.
Yes. All right. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Good Charlotte. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody, put down your tongue, sing I don't wanna be in love. No. Okay.
I don't know. There's a sick part of me that wants to kind of tag in a little because they have some good stuff. They have done a handful of decent songs here and there, but that catalog as a whole is just
It's a mess.
Pretty dumpy.
Yeah.
And I will say
You're not gonna want to sit through albums.
No.
no.
I
You're
tried.
not.
Oh, I tried. It was not great.
Which one did you try, or multiple?
The Young and the Hopeless, and
Yeah. Oh, that one's aged horribly.
that one aged like milk. So yeah.
I always have with Good Charlotte is very much, and this is what I encountered going back to them. Once you start getting into 90s emo, everything about Good Charlotte just makes you feel very, very sad because there's it's not as pretty, it's not as interesting, it's not as cathartic. It's they have hooks, but little else.
Yeah.
There's very little emotion that comes with their music, you know, if that's fair to say.
They're a product of the time, and that time was already starting to phase out by the time they were really popping on that with the pop punk.
Yeah,
and that,
I felt like I was outgrowing them from between like middle school to high school, and that was that was a long time ago at this point. So
I will say one positive thing: they have grown up eventually. Like they're not this. Like even now, I think they realize they're not the same. How do I say this? Like, oh, it sucks being a teenager when you're 29. So
can't say the same for for a Simple Plan.
No, well, that's their bread and butter. So
being a teenager forever.
The other thing I'll say with Good Charlotte is that the problem is when they grew up, I don't think they developed much in the way of depth. And when emo kind of came back into vogue in like the past couple of years, they can't compete to the same degree.
Yeah. That's totally fair to say. I think they've got a few songs that have managed to get a slight kind of emotional response, but like as a band, there's just not much to them.
You could do worse.
Good Charlotte is one of those bands. They're like a first band. Like if you never listened, like if you're like 12 years old and you've never listened to pop punk or emo and you stumble across these guys, you'd be like, oh, that's good. But then you discover other things quickly and you forget about them as you discover other things, they get real easy to forget because there's nothing really there.
They benefited from MTV and FM radio big time.
They caught a moment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that catch a moment.
They did.
Yeah, for sure. They rode that wave. They were big in the early 2000s. They were huge. Now, you know, you're not gonna see them in the top half of a festival poster. You know,
no.
Even those nostalgia fests, I've noticed. Not a lot of folks.
They're not gonna be high up on the bill.
Yeah, there's one in St. Louis right now. Point Fest is getting a little bit more nostalgic. The radio station festival. 311's headlining that one. I can at least.
Well, no, I know 311.
311 is bigger than Good Charlotte. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Like their fans are ride or die, man. Like,
it's a lifestyle.
That is. Yes. 311 is a lifestyle band. Yes. So.
Yep.
Alrighty, and stop. Band versus band versus band. You get to pick one.
Ooh. Okay.
This is part of No Limits.
Your fighter.
Band 1, MGMT. Band 2, Beach House.
Oh.
Band 3, Magdalena Bay.
Oh.
So this person gets the game, and they definitely played it. So you know what?
They gave us a toughie too. Oh,
I feel targeted. I feel so.
Yeah, this is all you, John.
This is so up my. That's the crosshairs have been.
For me, it's between two. It's between two.
Same, yeah.
For me, it's between 3.
Well, yeah.
For me, it's 2.
I think I got to win. I think I got a strong win.
I have a slight edge just because of familiarity overall.
I got my answer.
John, do you need a minute? You want to go lie down?
Maybe. It's so tough because like one of the three is so much newer than the other two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, again, not entirely fair.
Right. All right. We'll do it. I'm
Okay.
I'm curious to see how this one shakes
All right.
out.
In the order they were written out. MGMT. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I had a
fair
feeling.
enough.
I'm glad to see it.
I have
I'm
my
glad.
reasons.
Yeah. Beach House. 1, 2, 3.
See,
Good.
that
Good.
tracks.
Good.
You know what? Everyone gets a thumbs up. Then Magdalena Bay.
Good.
1, 2, 3. I kind of like how this played out. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to. I love. They're one of those bands. There's not a single fucking song that I don't even remotely love from them, and they've only been around since what 2017. I found them in 2020.
Have you seen them live, John?
I have. Yeah, I saw them live just past fall on the Imaginal Disc tour. It was amazing. Definitely increased my love a little bit more and appreciation, I think. Good. But I mean, Mag Bay have had 2 AOTYs for me, 2021 and 2024. So
I do remember that. Yeah.
Are you leaking?
They've only got 2 albums, right? So.
Yep.
Are you leaking your 2024? I haven't seen your albums list yet.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped yet, but I've pretty much. I mean,
Rock
it was
Coliseum spoiler.
It was the title of my review of the Magdalena Bay album that AOTY. So like. But yeah, spoilers. Sorry, that's my number 1.
So that's for Magdalena Bay. Crash, you go next. How about for MGMT?
Here's the thing, MGMT, I mean, the good stuff cannot be denied. Like,
Yes,
my
fair.
God. And even some of their later stuff has really, really come. MGMT was one of those bands I was kind of a stick in the mud in for a long time, but it finally clicked once their discography kind of developed and I realized, oh, these guys are more than just a handful of hooks and a handful of really kick-ass synth lines. There's some real depth. There's some real meat to what they're doing. With Beach House, I have to admit, I haven't heard everything. I'm really, really far behind on my Beach House, so I don't necessarily want to give them a vote. I'd say it was close between those two. With Mag Bay, I'm sorry, I have to be that guy. I have trouble with their singer's voice. It just...
Really?
I know, and I'm the guy that likes squeaky vocals. Go figure, but I don't know. Something about it just... I don't know, it's squeaky. She's really, really high-pitched, but she's high-pitched in a way that just... I don't know. I kind of bounce off of. She's not bad. I don't dislike them. I honestly, sonically, I love a lot of what they're doing. It's just, man, I wish I could get past that hurdle. One of these days, I'll get over that hurdle and I'll realize what I'm missing out on. But I'm sorry, I'm that guy. For this, it's MGMT for me. I got to be that one oddball out.
Mark, how about for the Beach House winning votes?
For me, it's a matter of volume. Teen Dream, Bloom, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's trifecta right there alone.
3, in my opinion, probably classic albums.
Yeah.
And I know people put Depression Cherry up there. No, sorry.
I'm the same way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I haven't even heard Depression Cherry.
So Depression Cherry.
Say that again, Mark.
It's not. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
What did you say about Thank Your Lucky Stars?
Yeah.
Well, compared to the big 3 you mentioned.
Yeah, compared to the big 3, for me, it doesn't really click. I like Beach House's 2022 album. I think it's aged pretty well, too.
Once Twice Melody?
Once Twice Melody.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some songs I really love from that album.
Yeah.
I think the one thing I will say is that what held me back between that and MGMT, because Little Dark Age, Oracular Spectacular, Congratulations, are competitive. But the self-titled MGMT album is a real dud.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Even I'll agree with you there.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, it's just so chaotic for no reason, and it has no
At times it's nothing too.
Very poorly, and I got so much backlash when I said that over a decade ago.
Yeah.
I was right.
Even I'd say you're not wrong, though.
I think the band even said they didn't like it that much, so you're fine. Yeah.
One thing I will say, Crash, if you want to get over Magdalena Bay's vocals, see them live.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. That's what everyone tells me. They're a great live.
Yes.
They were an opening act at Oshiega, like at a 1 p.m. set, and it was phenomenal. I was shocked how good they were.
Yeah.
So you caught them before they were cool.
No, I didn't actually. This was after.
Like 2001.
Girl Bay.
2001, 2020.
Mag Bay in 2001. That was.
I caught them in 2023.
I think they were in 5th grade at that point.
Yeah, right. I caught these guys in 5th grade when they were touring the playground.
Man, these fetuses are going to make some great music when they grow up.
I'll just say really quick, the reason for Beach House for me, you have the masterpiece albums like Bloom and things like that. That was my jumping on point, and it was hard to break away after that. Also, even though you have like a Depression Cherry, which doesn't hit as hard compared to a masterpiece, but if Depression Cherry is the boring, bland one, then you're just doing really well. I've never heard anything that made me go, what was that with Beach House? MGMT I have.
Yeah.
That was
that's
my big argument.
Which is fair, 100% fair.
Yeah.
Beach House were very close to being my pick for the record.
And I'm not as familiar with Magdalena Bay. That's my only.
Three of these bands are good. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, they're all
no losers in this round, folks. Yeah, everybody.
Check
again.
All of them
very,
out
very nice question. Yeah, very nicely done. Definitely appreciate that.
I just got a text message from my group chat from my father-in-law. And my wife, it's about football because everyone's going nuts for the NFL stuff right now. I'm like, I don't even want to know right now. There's too much other crap going on. I don't want to be sent to. I do not want to see another Eagles crap fan doing something awful, as I'm sure that's what it is.
Oh, good Lord.
Those Eagles.
I don't have any horse in this race, so I've tuned out football.
I'm not against the Eagles.
Neither do I. Neither do I.
I'm not against the Eagles either. It's the Eagles fans. There's a difference.
Crash hates bald Eagles? I'm sorry, Luke. Hates bald Eagles?
Sure.
Sorry.
I'm going to race Buffalo all the way this time.
That we'll find out this week, maybe. If I would expect them to choke more than Detroit did. So
honestly, I did too. The Detroit loss was heartbreaking.
It was shocking.
I think they have so much family who are Lions fans, but this is I think this is Buffalo's year. I think they beat KC, but they could well lose in the Super Bowl to either of those teams.
Yeah. So. As we move on, my wife just chimed in chat. I hate the Eagles. Well, there you go. So,
Gretchen's the band or the team, Gretchen?
Hate the fucking Eagles, man.
Take it. Whoa, take it easy, Gretchen.
Well, I hate those Eagles. I'll attest to hating those Eagles, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Hey, fair. I'm not as much of a fan either.
Take it easy, my ass.
And stop. You know what?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It caught me off guard. I liked it. It caught me off guard. This one's interesting.
Okay.
No Limits. Rick Astley versus Smash Mouth.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
We're no strangers to memes.
Yeah, we're doing some meme core. We're doing some meme.
I was going to say, someone had memes on their TikTok account and said, you know what? What do the guys think?
I'm finding this harder to debate internally than I honestly thought it was going to be. You know what? Touche poster. Whoever made that.
I guess I have an answer.
I do.
I think I've got one.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick Astley. 1, 2, 3.
You know what? All right. I got a crossover too. I do.
Okay.
I do.
And Smash Mouth. 1, 2, 3.
This was tougher than I thought.
It's not. This is not a full blown endorsement or anything. I'm just saying.
Mine is. Mine's a full blown endorsement, baby. Come on, stream Smash Mouth on Spotify now.
While I am making the poll because we tied, I'll let the chat vote. I'll just say my piece really quick. There's much more to Smash Mouth than All Star. Go back before All Star.
Yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yes. So, we'll just follow up. John, why Smash Mouth?
This song, even beyond the memes, I've loved this song since I was a kid. Since whatever that Gatorade commercial was, like back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I've loved this song. I will still listen to this song. I don't know what it is, but there must be some crack in there. I'm a fan.
Okay. Mark, how about you for Rick Astley?
It's an interesting case because I remember getting rickrolled so many times. I'm like, okay, I need to figure out who the hell this guy is.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, number one, he had a limited catalog, but in terms of those big voice singer-songwriter types, he was a doof, but he was a good doof. Like,
he was
doing. He leaned into it well, and for that brand of late 80s cheese, it could get so much worse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 100%.
And I'll say this, the stock Aitman Waterman production was very good. Yeah, a lot of the production held up pretty well. And also, I'll say this, I think he can sing pretty well. And his
voice is fine. Yeah, that's never been an issue.
His voice has aged well, pretty well too, because he leaned into the memes at one point. He started doing a lot of like live shows.
Yeah,
he's a good singer.
Yeah,
100%.
Crash. Anything for Rick Astley?
Again, like Mark said, I think a lot of what Rick Astley benefited from a lot of good production in his heyday. But at the same time, yes, that man could sing. He is a tiny, tiny man with such a huge booming voice. And I also got to admit, that particular brand of 80s cheese, that overproduced, that stock Aikman Waterman, that sound, I am a sucker for all of that stuff. That, again, I'm probably one of the few people in the room right now who actually experienced the 80s firsthand. So, and man, oh God, like, even as a little kid, I remember that song would come on the radio, and I've done a video top. Rick Astley has shown up in one of my videos, and I've talked about how much I love Rick Astley. Rick Astley has some genuinely good stuff. If you're into that, you do got to be into that particular kind of thing. I get it if you're not, but if you are, you're sleeping on that catalog if you haven't at least given it a trial. Because there's, again, lots of hidden gems to be found, is all I'm saying.
One thing I will add here, and this is the go-to second hit, because the Rick Astley's is Together Forever. Smash Mouth, it's Walking on the Sun.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
So
technically, All Star is the second hit, but Walking on the Sun.
I know, but I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going.
I get what you mean.
All Star's, All Star's the biggest hit. That's the fair.
The biggest overall, for sure.
And what would be the other big Smash Mouth song beyond that? I'm trying to think.
They did covers too, because they did a lot of.
I'm a Believer.
Covers,
I'm a Believer.
That one was big.
It was big, but okay, I'm excluding covers. I go Walking on the Sun, which is the critics' pick, versus Together Forever. That's a good matchup.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So what's the poll saying?
I'm getting to it now. The poll. Ending it now. Looks like Smash Mouth is going to take it with 62%. 2/3. Almost 2/3. So
it's not bad.
It's really
That's
not
closer
bad.
than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Same.
Y'all got taste. I appreciate it.
As we move on, thank you guys. Keep the super chats coming. Please keep hitting the like button. I can't see what like we're at right now, but at halftime we have at least one round of Festival Rock or Flop.
Awesome.
We're close, guys. We're within 10.
Please hit the like button. Okay. Here we go.
8 more.
There we go. And, okay. Classic metal royalty song versus song. Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train versus Motörhead's Ace of Spades.
Ooh.
I'm thinking about this one.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone?
Yep.
I think I've got my answer.
I think I have one too. It's close, but still. In order, Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. 1, 2, 3. Fair enough.
I figured someone would vote for that.
Yeah, I would go with Ozzy just barely. For Crazy Train, I should say. Motörhead, Ace of Spades. 1, 2, 3.
No disrespect to Crazy Train necessarily.
And no disrespect to Ace of Spades. I can't even really. The only thing I want to say, because Crazy Train has so many iconic points that made Ozzy a solo star when no one thought was going to give him a chance after his expulsion from Black Sabbath. I think that's a nice way to put it. But also from the opening bass all the way to everything that he does in the song. That being said, love Ace of Spades, love Motörhead. That's all.
Peace, Lemmy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could go the rest of my life without hearing Crazy Train, and I'd be just fine.
Well, the thing is, it got played to death in commercials and everything. So
and in every sporting event ever.
Yes.
Ever. I'm so sick of that song.
Overexposure definitely did hurt it, especially 30 years after it was made.
Yeah.
So that's fair. Anything you guys want to say about Ace of Spades?
Love it. It got me into Motörhead a lot more when I was probably like in high school. Just a classic track. I definitely see why the two are going head to head, but for me, no contest.
Gotcha.
I mean, God, Motörhead in general, that song, there's so much energy, there's so much power. There's just, I've heard a few songs that sound similar to Crazy Train in my days. To this day, I'm not sure I've heard anything that comes close to Ace of Spades. God, just that entire record. is just something else, man. That
not a bad way to argue.
it helped define what metal was going to be. It helped define what punk was going to be. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I wouldn't call it either of those. It's such a unique animal in and of itself. Just, I could probably write you an essay on that damn record, man.
I'm gonna add that because the one thing I did hear that kind of reminded me of Ace of Spades a little bit was that King Gizzard album from 2023, Pentadragon or whatever it is. Like there's riffs on that album that they were trying to do an expansion of their thrash sound, and to me it always felt more like Motörhead, and that really jumped out at me. And I didn't love the album, but I'm like, why has that been such a neglected pool of influence? Because
I can tell you why, Mark.
Well, I can too, because if you put on Ace of Spades at a biker bar, watch a whole bunch of people lose their shit. But
well, it's also, man, you can try to emulate Motörhead if you want, but you're probably not going to succeed, man. That's a hard call. That's a hard call
all around.
Close to that.
That's true. I will also add to that saying that I also think a lot of Motörhead is one of those bands that's kind of charmingly dated. But I don't think
of course.
I don't think you can really replicate a lot of what Motörhead did in their moment today.
Yeah,
no,
that's fair.
100%.
You can get close, but you're not gonna.
High on Fire is as close as you're gonna get, and that's a different beast. So
yeah, I wouldn't put High on Fire in that category. I think
it's a different beast. That's as close as you're gonna get, though.
I think even High on Fire would put themselves in that category. You know, I don't think they'd argue that with you.
Yeah,
but that's the closest comparison, and even then, I just say, Motörhead.
Yeah.
So, we got another. Here we go. Lil Wayne's Rebirth versus Machine Gun Kelly's Mainstream Sellout.
Hey, our first trolley dick around.
But I do get it. The two rappers gone rock.
There's a theme there. I
have an opinion on this one too.
I do too.
Go for it. Lil Wayne Rebirth. 1, 2, 3.
Mainstream I almost hate doing it, but
Mainstream Sellout. 1, 2, 3. I haven't heard I haven't heard Lil Wayne's Rebirth, so I can't say anything.
I only have 1 point for my arguments. So here's the thing: as horrible as Rebirth is, he cared. He was sincere. He genuinely liked what he was doing. I'll at least give him credit for that. MGK, I just can't get past the cynicism, man. It's a sham. It's a fraud. It's a scam. I don't know. Lil Wayne was at least honest. It was an interesting kind of honesty, but it was honest.
And listen, he didn't make the move either at a financially convenient time to switch over to rock. We have to think about that.
He took a risk.
Yeah, absolutely. 2009, nobody was really demanding the Lil Wayne rock album. And he put it out. And there's a few songs that I would genuinely stand up for on that record. Like Prom Queen, Runnin' is on that album. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Because most of it is pretty trash.
I would like to just interject. There's a comment in the chat. Rebirth is at least funny bad, so I'll vote for Wayne.
There you go. Fair enough. I mean, watch that video of Lil Wayne trying to do a guitar solo.
It's bad. It's so bad.
And it's all worth it. The Rebirth era was worth it.
But it's hilarious. Even it's funny. I'll give it that. Good. It gave me a chuckle. I can at least give it that.
I'll be quick here. I have 20 minutes talking about why I think Mainstream Sellout is not good, but there's more going on with it. I don't want to relitigate that. A lot of you have not heard how bad Rebirth is. The production is god awful, and it's way too long. It is because that was a problem with Wayne albums in the late 2000s. They were all way too goddamn long. Eminem's verse was trash on Drop the World, and I'll be very honest. I know a little bit more behind the circumstances of why Lil Wayne made that album, in that he felt like he was being denied a childhood in terms of rock because he got brought into hip hop with the Hot Boys, Underneath Baby, and it's just there's an ickiness to Rebirth that I can't revisit that much. Like it feels like overcompensating in a way that makes me very, very sad.
Fair enough.
I get it though. It
reminds me of? It reminds me of that remember that song Porter on the Porter Robinson album, Year of the Cup, where they had that interview sampled with Wayne.
From that era?
Yeah, it was from that era.
Okay.
And that I have issues with Porter Robinson too. Don't have time to get into that, but it made me so very sad because it reminded me of how Wayne was just he was crashing out on so much drugs at that time. Like, and nobody cared because the music was great. But I'm like, you should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot more discussion out of that one than I ever would have thought.
Yeah, fun topic.
All right. Okay, band versus band. The post Every Time I Die bands. Better Lovers versus Many Eyes.
I'm out. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm out.
Band.
Many Eyes
What's
is
the
Keith
second band?
Many Eyes. That's Keith Buckley's new band. The singer of Every Time I Die.
I haven't even heard of it.
Gotcha. Crash?
Yeah, I'm out too.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to be super brief. Better Lovers.
I'm still voting.
Yeah.
See,
Many Eyes
I've
is
heard
not-
good things about them.
Many Eyes is fine, but Better Lovers is top tier. And I shoot this band to the moon. I'm so glad they're doing so well right now. So that was quick. That was easy. See, that wasn't so bad. Okay. Going back to British, new British wave of heavy metal. Band versus band versus band. Iron Maiden versus Motörhead versus Judas Priest. I get it.
I get it, but it's not fully fair.
Not at all, dude. Ooh.
I'm not an expert on these bands, but I'm gonna vote anyways.
Yeah.
In order that I see them. Iron Maiden. 1, 2, 3.
I gotta be
Fair.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Motörhead.
Alrighty, man.
1, 2, 3.
I feel bad, but
I feel bad, but I at least understand the argument. And Judas Priest.
I know.
1, 2, 3. Fair.
Yeah, see, this was a bit more lopsided than I thought it was going to be. Oof.
Iron Maiden's Iron Maiden's a hard one to stack up discography wise, even though Judas Priest has a lot of good stuff. Motor has a lot of good stuff, but Iron Maiden album consistency for the most part, and so much they've accomplished. It's hard for me to really ignore that against other bands of the same ilk. So
I just never really got. I'm not the biggest metal guy to begin with, but I just never really got into Iron Maiden. Priest clicked a lot more for me in recent years. You know, thanks to a lot of you guys telling me to check them out. And you know, newer stuff like Firepower.
Well, I mean, Priest. I mean, the Priest is
And
way
they've
past
been on a
their,
good streak here lately.
Priest is way past their expiration date, and they're still dominating over many other metal bands right now. So.
Yeah, seriously. There's some people who are 3 decades younger than them that could learn a lot from them.
Oh yeah.
No shit, right?
Easily.
Like if you nailed that down to a time period, if you said like, oh, most recent, Judas Priest would definitely win that fight.
Oh, handily.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
but
Overall,
I also
was the argument. Yeah.
Yeah, but I also got, but again, we're weighing entire catalogs here. Judas Priest, especially those years where they were touting Ripper Owens around.
Yeah,
they've got some. They've got some interesting stuff. In their, and those early records, those rock-a-rollas and whatnot.
Yeah.
Some people love those, but I get it. But they're they're challenging. They're challenging for a lot of folks.
That's a unique point in time. That's a starter moment, though. That's a little
yeah.
I don't. Iron Maiden, I'd say throughout even their worst periods, I don't know, they've still been able to deliver in some form or fashion. Like some of their, like Iron Maiden was putting out good stuff. Even I hate to admit this, but even some of their Blaze Bayley stuff, I still kind of fuck with. You know, Future Real kind of fucks. It does.
Blaze's only crime was that he was not Bruce Dickinson.
No, his only crime were those sideburns.
Okay, he had 2 crimes, but still.
2 crimes.
I think if I'm just being honest, I think that Iron Maiden has Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which to me is one of the best metal albums of all time, and I don't think either other band has an album that's at that tier.
Which is 100% fair. They got a lot of albums where it's like, oh yeah, there's never going to be another thing like this. Iron Maiden has like 3 or 4 of those.
I know, and that's kind of the thing. The catalog holds up so strongly, especially that 80s run. And this is coming as as a defender of a lot of 70s Priest.
Sure. Good one. That was a good one, a fair one. Next.
Very good.
And also, please keep hitting the like button. Please get the super chats in. We'll go through as many as we can at random. So don't think like yours is getting pushed to the back. Band versus band versus band again. This time, It's the Blink-182 side projects, Boxcar Racer versus Angels and Airwaves versus Plus 44.
Hmm.
I only really know one of these, but I can do it.
Okay. In order. Boxcar Racer. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Angels and Airwaves. 1, 2, 3.
This might be a surprise coming out of me as much shit as I've talked about them, but...
And Plus 44. 1, 2, 3. Sucks because they only had one album.
Yes.
And it was
So
yeah, that, again, that's... yeah. It's not entirely fair in
It's
that
not.
respect.
They only had one, but that was my favorite of all those side projects, so...
I just feel like Angels and Airwaves is Tom's, for anything related to Tom's ego or a vanity project, that's where it goes. For better or worse. Sometimes it works out. There's been some great stuff, I think, to come out of Angels and Airwaves, but there's also been a decent amount of miscalculation.
There's a bit of cringe outside.
A wee bit of cringe.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've talked shit about Tom DeLonge. Y'all, I have gone on record about being not a big fan of his voice, but I got to admit, in Angels and Airwaves, he was able to make it work. Those first two records have some moments on them where it's like, God damn, Tom DeLonge did this? Wow, it's surprisingly good. There wasn't much after that worth getting into.
What, you're not into the Dreamwalker?
Oh man. Oh yes. Dude. Some of those later Angels and Airwaves albums get unlistenable, but there is gold there to be found. With Boxcar Racer and Plus 44, they both had again only one album to go off of, so that's not fair to them. But they have a few good songs on them, but they don't really work well as albums to me. Angels and Airwaves at least have a few good albums.
Yeah,
Fair.
I Empire is pretty great, honestly.
I Empire, I like it.
Secret Crowds, that song.
Yep.
Still
Secret
goes
Crowds goes way fucking harder than it has any with
come
Tom
on.
DeLonge's freaking voice.
Right? You want some positivity in your life?
Yeah.
Do it.
No, but it works. It works. He actually sold it.
Mark, any thoughts on any of the projects?
Not enough. I'm not hugely familiar with Boxcar Racer Plus 44. I knew Angels and Airwaves. I was a big fan of them, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Again, my biggest argument was there's only one Plus 44 album, and that was it. I thought that was my favorite one of everything they did.
I would
I
love
would've
more
loved
from
to get-
Boxcar Racer.
Yeah, so yeah, I get it.
I would have loved to have gotten one more from both of those acts, but
Sure, yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. If we've done this one, it must have been in the documents or someone. If you don't know this one, it's okay, but we're going way back, and they're still around, and I'm sure they're going to be at this upcoming Warped Tour, whatever that's going to be.
Tour.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Tour.
that's another discussion. Real Big Fish.
Oh.
Ooh. Yay. Oh, okay. I can do this.
Everyone got an answer?
Yeah.
Real Big Fish. 1, 2, 3.
I love Real Big Fish, dude. They are so much fucking fun. Oh, boo.
John for a thumbs down.
I'm really not into ska.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
that's
really
fair.
aggressively not into ska.
Yeah.
And if there was if there was a stereotype of ska, it would be Real
It's
Big
them.
Fish.
And
Yes,
I'm really
yeah.
not into Real Big Fish.
Yeah. Okay, if you're not
Really
into
not.
ska, I 100% get it. They are about as ska gets.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah, that's
Third wave ska, I
if
should say.
AI was making a ska band, that's exactly what
They would base it off of the model of Real Big Fish.
Yes,
Yeah.
they would. We'll let Crash. You just go ahead. Any thoughts?
Yeah,
on
go
Real
ahead.
Big Fish? You gave a big thumbs up,
I will say Real Big Fish, again, it is what it is. It is third wave ska. It is that 90s flavor of ska. It is that old meme of, ska sounds like what an 11-year-old hears in his head the first time he tries mozzarella sticks. That is Real Big Fish. It's dumb, it's fun, it's loud, it's goofy, but man, if you are in the mood for something like that and you don't mind a hell of a horn section, dude, yeah, I mean, again, I hate to admit, like, Real Big Fish, take a gander through that, pick up one of their best of collections. They've got like 2 or 3 of them.
That's a good way to check it out. Yes, yeah.
Give it a whirl. Yeah. You'll know right away whether or not you're going to click with it or not. But if you click with it,
yeah,
God, those mozzarella sticks are cheesy, baby. It's cheesy, but it's cheesy goodness. That's all I'll say about it.
Mark, anything about
and their appearance in the basketball movie was fantastic. I loved that shit.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's an old one. Anyone remember that? Holy fuck.
So here's the thing. I got into ska in university, which I think like everybody does at some point. And again, I kind of fell out of it pretty fast. Real Big Fish were fine. But that was the same time as I also heard a lot of Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Ill Scarlet and acts like that, which were a little bit more in that lane.
Yeah.
I kind of fell out of that scene, but I'm like, I'm not going to begrudge people their ska. And like 100 Gex, all of it's coming back anyway, and so like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And yeah.
And again, there are definitely, I will not say Real Big Fish. Real Big Fish is far from the best ska band out there.
God, no.
not even all cop to that. But it is good. It is good, not so clean fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, as a live band, because I've shot them a couple times live, it's real hard not to get sucked into the goofiness. It's as if the Chuck E. Cheese band came to life, actually. That's what this would be. You can't.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is. It's not anything else. Just that's all. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to have those Chuck E. Cheese animatronics play She's Got a Girlfriend Now and do the whole song. Just to see how that works.
Jeez.
That I might tolerate. Just
come
to
on,
see.
Yeah, come on
just
now. Come on. You would do that one for Chuck E. Cheese and the big.
I can bring some earplugs. It's fine.
And the big purple Grimace knockoff doing the keyboards and banging on that while she's singing the girlfriend part. Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Kinda. Five Nights
Time
at
to write
Freddy's.
some fanfic, Luke.
Five Nights at Freddy's, the Real Big Fish edition, but it's just real, and they're chasing you around with the trombone and the trumpet and stuff.
Look around on
right there.
Yeah.
Look around on AO3. I promise that already exists.
That's what you call either madness or the specials.
Ooh. How dare you bring real ska into this discussion, Mark?
Yeah. Okay, I have two set up right here because they're on the screen. One, I have no idea, but this is a no limits round. Swedish Fish. Is there a band called Swedish Fish?
I think he's just saying the candy.
Oh, okay.
I think it was because we said Real Big Fish and they said Swedish.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I can do this if you want.
Swedish Fish.
Screw it. Swedish Fish, the candy you get at the gas station. 1, 2, 3.
I like them.
Sure. By the way, in college, I accidentally microwaved a Swedish Fish because it was on a plate I was microwaving. Made the whole apartment smell like cotton candy.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Don't microwave.
Which is weird because I would not call them cotton candy
No,
flavor.
the smell of all that burning sugar, it just filled everything.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I
Boy.
always think about that with Swedish Fish. So, all right. Gonna get serious. Here's the one that might be the breaking point for some people, but it's a very good one. Band versus band. Pink Floyd versus Radiohead. I have an answer. It's like I see why they can say they want to say it's comparable. It's a very different game for both of them.
Yeah.
Even just by time periods and technology, it's a very different game.
Did we do this one at one point in the past, like a long time ago?
Maybe, yeah.
It might have been on a document, but I don't think we've done it live.
I think that's what it maybe was. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I feel like I've been asked this before.
So have I.
Yeah.
Does everyone have
This
an
is
answer?
a tough one.
It is.
It's close.
You have to really break it out because these are massive discographies too.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
very different contexts, very different, different games here.
The time periods alone are really what set them apart. Also, I have an answer.
Yep, too. I got you.
Everybody,
I think I got mine.
in order that I see them. Pink Floyd. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's a fair assessment of the split.
Fair.
Yeah.
Radiohead.
I'm okay with that.
1, 2, 3.
But this is like, ooh, this is for me, y'all. This
I'm
is
not quite as close, but it is definitely close. These are two of my favorite bands, so it's always going to be a difficult ask.
Anyone want to throw in their 2 cents while I'm making the poll? Go for it.
Well, if we're talking about it in terms of fish, like we're talking about everything else, these are two very different breeds of fish.
That's
And
yes,
Both
100%.
swim,
We
don't
are.
they? Yeah.
These are two very, very different acts with two very different goals and two very different ways of experimenting.
Yes.
I will
Right.
say, I feel just in my own personal taste, my own personal opinion, I would say Pink Floyd has the more influential records. I'd say they have the more important records. That Wish You Were Here is undeniable. The Wall is also there. Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Dark Side, Animals. There's a lot there, but man, the stinkers in Pink Floyd's catalog really fucking stink.
Endless
I'm
River.
sorry. I had to review that piece of shit, man. Oh my god. Oh yeah, no. The stinkers in Pink Floyd's catalog really, really stink. I wouldn't say Radiohead has an Endless River yet,
Thieves.
or
What was that?
King of Limbs.
I wouldn't even say King of Limbs is that bad.
King of Limbs is
Pablo Honey's the stinker. And then
even that I don't think is bad.
I'd take Pablo Honey over like those later David
over Endless River any day.
I would too. I'm just saying, my thoughts though for Pink Floyd, even though I love them, that 80s run, that 4-album run was so dominant that I think it helped shape, like you said, with influential music. It's still influential. Radiohead I love. You're not going to hear me say anything bad about those so many great albums. And I agree about the stinker parts, but I do think the influential and the connecting aspects of so much unbridled talent across the board in Pink Floyd was what sets it apart for me so much. However, one bonus point for Radiohead, even though I voted for Pink Floyd, Tom York has not re-recorded old albums on his own just because he's having a hissy fit and he thinks he's so good at everything.
Yeah.
Hey, I prefer the Roger Waters redo, actually.
Oh, well, John's off the call. Goodness. What kind of statement is that?
Saw that in the clearance bin at the local record shop for like, it was like something.
Was that on release?
Yeah, no,
Was it on release week? The week it came out, it was put in the bin?
No, but it wasn't far after it.
Yeah.
And it was still sealed, like a brand new copy.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Of course it hadn't been opened. Like, come on.
So I'll be that guy.
Mark,
I'm less high on Radiohead, and that's pretty common. I've said that for years.
Sure.
Radiohead has phenomenal albums. Kid A, OK Computer, In Rainbows. I say the Benz is still their best. That's a me thing.
Not just a you thing.
No, I'm not going Moonshaped Pool. I'm not there on that one.
I like Moonshaped Pool.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but it
This
just
album, I love this album more than I love myself, man.
that's not a good sign,
That's
John.
weird. Okay, man, come on.
Hey, that's an easy bar to clear, to be fair.
For me, one thing that I kind of lose with Radiohead is that I got a lot more into electronic music the past couple of years. Once you get into Aphex Twin, Radiohead loses a little bit of luster, at least for me.
Yeah.
Whereas I can go back to Pink Floyd, and even with Pink Floyd's stinkers, and my God, the stinkers are there. The 80s, the 90s, Pink Floyd.
The 90s.
1994 Division Bell.
The downfall.
90s.
The downfall was harsh, and it got dragged.
The downfall was harsh. I still put their highs as still higher, and I still think "Wish You Were Here" is the best album out of both catalogs.
I would agree.
Agreed.
That's fair.
100%.
I don't agree, but fair.
I get it.
I think the best album out of either catalog would be OK Computer, but that's just me.
It's close. Like if I'm,
that's a good
if I'm-
argument.
Yeah, it's a fair fight. Like that whole three. That whole album run is, Ben's, OK Computer, and Amnesia, and Kid A.
Yeah, and Amnesia.
And Amnesia. I like Amnesia.
That album run that everyone talks about.
Amnesiac fan.
I love Amnesia.
From Amnesiac to Hail to the Thief to...
Oh, God.
But, to Dookie, to August and everything after, they were all great.
Oh, man.
To the poll. Ooh, it's looking close.
It's going to be Radiohead.
No.
Really?
Pink Floyd's taking it.
55%.
55%, though. That was a nail biter.
Very close.
That was definitely close.
And again,
that's a fair vote.
Yeah, a fair, respectable answer from everybody.
For sure.
Very nice. Okay. Up next, because we're going to do two more. Then we're going to have our halftime. We're going to do our festival rock or flop. Here we go. Gayle.
Oh.
A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
F.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know she has more songs, but does she? Does she really? I know she.
Yeah. She has 10 versions of A, B, C, D, E, F, U. I know that because I did a video.
I know where me and Crash are going with this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm unfamiliar enough, but we'll do this anyway. Gayle, 1, 2, 3.
Listen, see her live. See her live, damn it.
Okay. I have not seen her live.
Mark and I both saw her live. Mark, where was that?
I was not with you when I saw her live, but I have seen her live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
It was Adam who was with you.
It was Adam. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, but I've seen her live. Mark and I have both seen her live. She is a hell of a performer, and she does have good songs. The problem is her team is pushing her most gimmicky and the most meme-worthy songs, and they really shouldn't, because man, they're gonna make her burn out. They're gonna make her hate the industry, and we're not gonna get more out of her, which would be a shame because she is extremely talented. I would hate to see that happen, but it looks like that's what's happening to her right now, and it's very sad, because catch her live if you can, because she puts on a hell of a show. I will vouch for that.
I will add to this, and I will also say that ABCDEFU is probably the worst song in her catalog.
100%.
I've heard the horny one.
I would hope so.
The horny one's not great, but like she has a couple. I reviewed both those EPs. I think there's talent there. I think she's got presence. I think she can be very confessional in a way that kind of reminds me of like old Avril Lavigne a little.
Yes, perfect.
I think that's probably the strongest comparison. But at the same time, I also think that her management is very, very bad. I think she's probably going to get run dry on the festival circuit, and I don't think she's got a lot. I think she puts out maybe one more album, and then we will never hear from her again. But I already know a lot of people will never check that album out anyway. So it's kind of sad.
Which is a shame. Again, she's very talented. There's a lot there. Man, I hope something comes around and turns the narrative around for her, because man, she needs to
get out of whatever deal she's in, because it's not a
yes. 100%. She needs to find a good independent. She needs to find a good independent She needs to find a good independent label to work with, and a producer who can help push her away from this. And man, I bet y'all will be very surprised.
You know what vibe I think she could do really well at? Like a similar vein to like Mannequin Pussy.
100%.
Like you have something that's a little bit more pale. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
What am I missing?
John, I'm learning about this too. Yeah.
I'm like, what am I missing over here? Because I haven't heard any of this from Gayle.
Yeah, honestly, because a lot of her other material is a lot more rock driven. It's a lot more guitar driven. There's a lot more hooks and melodies to what she does.
She plays guitar pretty well too.
Yeah, no, she's... Yeah, again, because of ABCDEFU, you don't think that, but if you dig around, you'll see, like, wow, really?
I've heard, like, a handful of songs. I don't know. I guess I haven't heard any of the stuff since 2023. I haven't heard any of the newer stuff that she's put out.
I can't guarantee it'll be your thing, but I think it'll surprise you if you give it a chance. I honestly do.
Okay. I would agree.
Fair enough. And last one before we go to halftime and do a festival rock or flop round, not a found, whatever. I'm tired. Album versus album. Blink-182's Enema of the States versus Green Day's Dookie.
Not close.
Man, I feel like we've done this one.
I feel like we've done this one before. I also don't think it's close. So
I'm sure we have.
I don't think it's close either.
Blink-182's Enema of the States. 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm kidding.
That's a shock. Dookie. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, come on.
The man really does love Angels and Airwaves. I was about to say.
Oh, God. Oh, what did I set myself up for here?
Like, it's not close. I'm sorry. Enema's not even close to being the best Blink album. I don't think.
No.
So.
Yeah, even that's very, very debatable. Dookie is Dookie, man. Yeah. Dookie basically made 90s pop punk, man.
Front to back, man.
The hilarious thing is, like, going back to, like, the old reviews of Dookie. And like I'm
yes,
like that for one, but also even the retrospectives of pop punk in the 2010s, where so many people were putting in a larger canon of the albums that defined that era. You saw the Offspring Smash come up a lot there, and it's very interesting to notice how few of those albums have stayed in the conversation.
Yeah, from like that 90s time period where punk was breaking through.
That's true. That's it. The narrative always seems to shift between a handful of records. It's either Dookie or excuse me,
Smash.
it's either Smash or it's like, say, something from Rancid or something from some other guys. Those albums always change. Dookie is the anchor. Dookie never goes anywhere in that conversation,
which I think speaks to its staying power.
Yes. And it's forward-thinking production values. I watched a documentary not too long ago where they were talking about the recording process of Dookie and how they went in with the mindset of, we want these tracks to have a certain timelessness to them.
Yeah.
And I think, a producer like Rob Cavallo really brought that out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it speaks true to that for 2 points. Number one, as much as I love Kerplunk, I know that is a record that's production dates it in a specific niche.
I was born the day that album dropped, literally December 17th, 1991. So I know about Kerplunk.
Crazy.
The other thing I will say, Rob Cavallo was on Saviors, right?
Yeah, they brought him back for Saviors.
That is what I think his production is what made that album as good as it was.
Yes,
that album was way better than any.
It definitely added a missing touch that had been missing.
He brings a certain element out of that trio that just goes off, unlike their other material.
I'm a little less warm on Saviors. I don't hate it by any means, but at the same time, I agree. It took Rob Cavallo to pull them out of the Father of All era. Pretty much anytime Green Day needs a nice kick in the ass, Rob Cavallo is the guy you can count on.
It's like Neil Avrin with Fall Out Boy.
Yes, there you go. That's a very apt comparison. Yeah, for sure.
All right, that was a good one. First hour is over. We had a lot of good discussion. You guys did not abuse the crap out of No Limits so far. Thank you.
I didn't see a lot of trolls in the chat either. I've been keeping my eye on things, so
I have too.
I'll get a gold star.
Maybe my wife is just banning people left and right, and we don't know it, but that's fine too. Good job. So
she's gonna be like, I banned like 80 people during that. So.
Oh, that's fine. They can go. I don't mind. So
God bless you in your important work, Gretchen.
Thank you, Gretchen.
So
thank you.
That being said, John, Mark, Crash, before we take a minute or two break, are you ready to book a festival?
Yes.
Let's do this. Right. This was a lot of fun last time. I'm looking forward to it.
I enjoyed it. Except for Kid Rock.
Okay. For some.
Yeah, except for that, but that was at least funny.
Wow. Okay. Give me a second because the whole monitor is wonky. Hang tight. Bam.
Okay.
Like real.
We love it when that happens.
Yep. OBS. You just completely obliterated everything. Hang tight. I'll figure it out.
That's OBS, all right.
Oh, that's why. Bam. Now I got it. Okay.
Another Windows update?
Yeah, it's. I'm not doing it now. I'm not doing it for months if I don't have to.
It's like, do you want to install this right now?
Yeah, please, Bill Gates, stop, please. So we have at least one day, thanks to the goals that were hit by so many $10 super chats given. We have one day, and then did we hit over 100 likes? I cannot look at the video.
We did.
We're over 120.
We right now are going to book a 2-day festival, 5 bands per day. Think of it a radio station festival, 5 bands per day. So here we go with the random image viewer. I have to make sure I show this too, so nobody accuses me of cheating. I do not want people to think I'm just picking random bands out. I really am doing this correct. Bam, 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 and then get rid of the background viewer.
Should we look at the acts? I'm just trying to
I know it'll be on screen. I just have to read them off to you, unfortunately, because it's like a 5-second. It's like a 10-second delay on screen, but you'll see the photos of them too.
Yeah,
so
got you. All right.
Band number 1 for day 1, Filter.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Filter.
Short bus,
Filter, one of the
record, Amalgamate. Oh yeah, early stuff. So good. Yeah.
Filter versus
Filter.
Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Is there any?
I'm sorry. What?
There's no contention in terms. I forget band.
We're booking the festival, so there'll be an opening band and a few other bands, and we decide. Oh,
right. Okay.
Yeah, we can decide what the headliner is later. That's fine, but still.
Sure. Okay. Filter.
Yep. Filter. Number 2. Band with a qualifier, Oasis. However, they don't like to share the stage, so we have to make it 4 bands now instead of 5. So it's not a 5-band festival.
Oasis not getting top billing. You're just asking for that set to explode. This is what breaks up Oasis.
Are we getting like High Flying Birds and Beady Eye?
No. We'll get Oasis at this festival. However, it's not a 5-band festival anymore. It's a 4-band festival because Oasis wants more time.
Okay. Well, you know what?
And they're gonna get it.
You know what, Noel? You can have it.
But,
Fine,
okay, here's
fine. Just don't have a fist fight on stage, boys, please.
Luke, we have to build it into the possibility that Oasis falls apart mid-festival. We can't assume that booking is without insurance.
That's true.
That, and also, we want the attention for our festival for it happened at our show. We want that.
So we
Right. The fight happened here.
Yeah.
Our last act may be our substitution act.
Yeah,
That's true.
let's
We might
find
have to, bring out the other fighter.
I'm still on board, but I am getting that ticket insurance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
no.
Check that box, please.
Oh, we're getting full festival insurance. No, we didn't have a natural disaster like a rainfall. We had Oasis booked. Oh, we understand. Okay.
Oasis book them for Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Goodness.
Oh,
God. Don't send me back to the horrors, please.
We're sending you into the trenches, Luke.
I've already had enough nightmares this past month. I don't want to relive ones from years ago. Thanks. Number 3. This is perfect. We got another qualifier band.
Oh boy.
Guns N' Roses. But
Oh god!
Oh God!
This festival is not happening.
But
I'm on board for it.
you gotta
This is
hear
not
that. You
happening.
gotta
Double
listen.
the insurance.
You gotta
Double the
listen.
insurance.
But Guns N' Roses is 45 minutes late, so we need to add another band.
Okay,
Oh,
Gallagher
back to
solo.
the-
This out. This is out. I love how this is playing out so far.
A bunch of divas is how it's playing out.
You know Axl Rose and the Oasis brothers going to get in a sissy slap fight backstage, and it's going to be awful.
I am feeling
Fighting over who had the wrong colored M&Ms in their bowl backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, but the Gallaghers are kicking Guns N' Roses' ass.
Problem.
That is not even
1,000%.
Yeah. Okay, band 4. Def Leppard.
Oh.
Poor Joe
The
Elliott.
vibes on this are so weird.
Joe
This
Elliott
is
does
the
not deserve
weirdest
this.
vibe.
Joe
This
Elliott
is
does
a
not deserve
nostalgia
this, by
wave.
the way.
Let's be
How
real.
did Filter get booked?
I know, right? And number 5. Bullet for My Valentine. Listen, I told you this was a random festival.
That's amazing.
So,
Tears don't fall, and here's Wonderwall.
ooh, they bring him on stage to sing it with him.
Tears-
Yeah.
Tears don't Wonderwall. Oh my god.
Your tears don't Wonderwall.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Tears don't fall, they crash around me.
Ooh, it's that
It's
Wales.
funny because
it's that
Bullet for My
Welsh-
Valentine are an English band.
Yeah,
are
they're
they
Welsh.
not?
The Welsh.
Yeah, they're Welsh.
Wells, that Welsh.
All right.
No, that is
Poll-
not the same.
Poll is open.
No, you're right.
So, before I ask this, we got Guns N' Roses, Def Leppard, Oasis, Bullet for My Valentine, and Filter. While they're voting on day 1, would you guys go? John,
I'm in,
Mark,
I'm in, but I don't
I'm
think I'm
in.
going to survive.
Yes! I gotta see how the fight plays out between Noel and Liam. At the
Yeah.
very least.
I'm going, but I'm
No,
rooting, okay?
that whole festival is going to be like the Royal Goddamn Rumble. Just everybody is going to be fine. It's the ultimate showdown of ultimate history, except for
Yup.
boomer ass metal bands. Just
Crash.
Yes.
Crash. We could not afford this. This is Woodstock.
No.
2005.
Oh god, yeah, no. These bands alone. Can you imagine their retainers to get all 5 of
Guns
these
N'
guys
Roses,
on one set?
Axl requires
Woodstock
a helicopter
25,
in,
baby.
So,
Woodstock
that alone.
25.
Yeah. Also, I'll be there front row in the photo pit with this thing to record video of every single fight that happens on stage. It'll be great.
Yep.
Using that microphone, someone's going to eat it.
I feel so bad.
Force fed, yes.
I feel so bad for Filter.
I
They don't
do.
deserve it.
Yeah, you know what? A Filter's going to come out there and be like, okay, we're leaving right after our final song. We are not sticking around.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right, the poll. It's a yes. It looks like over
yeah.
2/3 are going. So you know what? Day 1 is a success. Good job. All right.
Day 2.
Day 2. Here we go.
See, that's
Oh, the
How do you
vibe's going to be
top that?
very different for
Day
day
2
two.
is already a different vibe, starting off with Incubus.
Oh.
I
Way,
mean,
way
maybe
Incubus?
different
Like
vibe.
modern Incubus? Live?
It's
they
just
still
Incubus.
play the hits, and the hits are
They
really
do.
good.
They
Yeah,
do.
but Brandon sounds really not great live these days.
Number 2, Lorna Shore. Wow. This is such a wild night and day.
Damn.
Again, the vibes do not match. These
Right.
are just.
Is Will
Right.
Ramos going to come out and sing Drive with Incubus?
Please.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Number 3, Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. A double day for Slash. Double payday.
Hey,
Okay. Well, he's already there. That makes sense.
For him.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Get that money.
We said make it make sense, and they did.
Yeah. Number 4. The Interrupters. For the ska lovers here.
Oh, yeah. I'm in. I'm still in.
Yeah, fine.
And
I'm amazed they're so
buying
high
the
on the
one-day
billing,
pass.
but yeah.
Well,
good for them.
we could choose whatever order we
Yeah, we
want. We're just
shuffle
getting
around.
the bands, yeah.
Oh, okay, I
And
got you.
number 5. Puddle's Pity Party.
Ooh.
You don't know who Puddle's Pity Party is?
I thought you were talking about Puddle of
Okay.
Mud.
No. Oh, this guy's way more talented. Okay. So he went on America's Got Talent. He toured last year with Primus. He has a golden voice, and he like changes all these fun songs from the 80s and 90s and sings them super slow and intentionally sad. He dresses up as a clown, as a sad clown. His voice is amazing, and he did a cover of Dio's Holy Diver with Primus, and it was amazing too.
Huh.
When you
Okay,
see the
I was
screen on
thinking of
image,
somebody else.
when you see the
Yeah, I
image on
can see this
screen-
image now. I have not seen this guy.
never
I'm
seen him.
not familiar at all.
He has music videos all the time online. I promise you, it's a bit, but his voice is so good it works. He's a 6'8" clown with a booming voice. He sang everything from "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic all the way to the Three's Company and Gilligan's Island theme songs, and made them all slow and sappy. He totally does all that stuff. So
I will say
The vibes
this
of the
may be a
second-
potential. Yeah. I will say this may be a potential deal breaker for me. I actually do kind of have a bit of chlorophobia.
oh, you don't like Puddle's Pity Party. Do you see this image on screen?
Okay. I might skip his set.
He would be the opener, like with Primus.
Yeah, I was about to say he would be the very first
Yeah.
one. So you just get there a little late.
He's
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
the
showing up to that day a little late, personally.
I don't know if I'm going to day 2 though. Really?
I'm still going.
I'm still
I mean,
in.
Incubus, Lorna Shore, Slash with Miles Kennedy, which I've seen live. They're good. I would go. Interrupters are fine, even if you don't like ska. It's a fun
I've seen them already though.
okay.
I've seen them. They opened for Green Day a few years ago.
Yeah, I do
they're
remember
fine.
that. Yeah.
I think there's a better shot of everyone showing up on day 2 than in day 1.
Everyone's gonna survive day 2. I promise you
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I'm going to be too tired from day 1 to go to day 2.
God, right?
Day 2 is guaranteed
Yeah.
to happen no matter what. Day 1 is a gamble. So
Yeah.
That's assuming that Oasis doesn't burn the stage down.
It's kind of nice that the sad
In
clown
anger.
shows up on day 2 to let us all mourn what happened on day 1.
oh, he will too.
Yeah.
Like he was like when I shot him last year with Primus, like he tried to throw a handful of guitar picks, but he's like, "Oh, my shoulder!" and just dropped them all on the stage. He couldn't throw them out. It's a bit,
Aw.
okay? It's a sad
Oh, okay.
clown bit. So,
All right.
but yeah. So, Puddle's Pity Party is the opener, and to the poll.
So this is going to be more interesting. This is more of a fight.
Bigger percentage, over 80% say
That's
yes.
What? I'm sorry. I'm definitely not going day 2.
I mean,
Guns N' Roses and Oasis? Nah, fuck that shit.
Puddle's
Clown.
Pity Party, absolutely.
Wait,
The sad
87%?
clown in the ska band.
Guys,
like
Y'all
y'all want?
Shore is there too. Like, come on.
oh yeah, come on,
I
guys.
guess.
Guys, you got to understand. He's so good with the bit, and his voice is so good, it makes it all work. That's the point.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Day 3.
Yeah, no, we only have 2 days, but we'll have another one after the
Got
second
it.
round.
Okay,
But I will say
gotcha.
this finally: Puddle's Pity Party is going on tour with Weird Al Yankovic this year.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I get that.
That
I
makes
get
sense.
that.
Okay, do you guys need a minute break, or are we ready for super chats?
I
need
could
a break.
use just a
Go ahead.
minute just to...
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Take your
I'll
time.
be right back. Oh, and I got my headphones in, so if y'all talk shit, I'll hear it.
Okay.
I know. Now listen about what Crash was.
He
saying.
can't respond. So listen. Yeah.
Now listen. How are we, Luke? We really need to talk about how trash some of Crash's takes. Crash takes. That's a new series right
The
there.
trashy crash takes. Yeah, I'm aware.
Trashy Crash, Cranky
Yeah.
Crash, trash takes.
He needs to put his trashy crash takes in his bin. Get it? Because he has the bin.
He does have the bin. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. But you know what? I mean, he's walking around little guy right now, and even little guy's going, "Come on, Crash, get it together."
Get it together, man.
Get it together, Dad.
I feel like is there a green screen that I'm seeing in Crash's mirror?
Oh yeah, he's good with the green
so.
screen. Yeah, he's good with that green screen.
Well, sure. I just didn't expect to see it in the mirror. That's like he could almost key out the mirror if he wanted to.
Ooh, that'd be weird, and make it look like someone's coming out to attack him.
Right. Just have the three of us, just get trapped in the mirror. Just a loop of us.
Have Puddles the clown just right there behind him at all times.
He would do it. That would be terrifying for him.
The clown really is like 6'8". He's huge.
We gotta overcome this fear somehow, Crash. We're gonna put it on your green screen for you.
Everything else go. I also wanted to ask, did you guys get snow where you were?
Did we?
Yeah,
we did. I guess about a week ago, and it's still, some of it's still lingering. So, it's been cold enough. It's 22 right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's colder where we are, but we didn't get snow this time. It was like a week and a half ago when we moved. And that was the week we got snow.
Yeah, it's how much did you guys get? We got probably like 4 or 5 inches.
We got about the same. It was just super cold, and that's how the snow we got. And then the ice froze, and we had black ice everywhere. So
yeah, that stuff's dangerous.
It's literally snowing right now outside my door. So
that sounds right.
Yeah. Snow in Canada? Never.
I know exactly.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, it did snow. It did snow in Texas yesterday or the day before.
I know. I got stories after the stream. I'll tell you. So.
Yep. So. Thank you so much.
All right, we ready for some super chats, fellas?
Everyone, thank you so much for the super chats.
I'm ready if y'all are.
Super chats also apply. No limits. Keep in mind, if we don't know what it is or you try to troll, we're just going to take that as it is. However, they're all read at random. We'll get through as many as we can. This is fun for us. We need to set some other goal. What's the like count at right now? 132?
Let me double check.
I'm looking. I see it now because I have it expanded. 132. Yep. If we get to what's a good number?
70.
170, we'll do another round of Festival Rock or Flop. And let me do this also. Let me make
that.
Also, I can make another goal. Crap on YouTube all the time, but I got to give them credit when they do it.
I'm happy that with some of these features they've been rolling out for sure.
Yes. Start a timer. 1 hour. Okay. Second day. Okay. So if we get 10 more super chats while we're doing this, we'll do a second day of the festival as well.
Go.
So that's the new goals. 170 likes and 10 more super chats, any amount, $2 or more. So
go.
Here we go with the super chats. I'll try to read off names as well. From Heavy Metal Joker, Poppy collabs. Violence Against Nature V.A.N. versus Suffocate. So that's the Bad Omens collab versus the Knocked Loose collab.
I've only heard one of those. I've only heard the Bad Omens collab. I have to stay out of this one.
Everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay. In order. V.A.N. Violence Against Nature with Bad Omens. 1, 2, 3. Fair enough. Knock Loose Suffocate. 1, 2, 3. Fair enough. I really think both are great, but yeah.
And that's coming from someone who's not crazy about that Knock Loose album.
Really?
I thought it was fine. Yeah.
Damn, this is the album that got me into them.
Yep. No, I did like the album. I'm just saying, I wasn't like rolling on.
That's interesting because I feel like most people have been saying it's like their best album.
Mark, you're not the only one who feels that way.
I've not heard anything.
I think their first album was better. Yeah,
I agree. I think their earlier work is better. I think it's also a question of I really did not like the production. I
didn't either. I think that was my part of it.
Same.
But then again, I still like the album. So I was like,
yeah.
So, from Paul Urena, the Misfits versus Danzig.
An interesting conversation there.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's just in general, too. It does not have time frames for any of that. Probably for the best.
Doesn't have time frames. Just that makes it even more complicated.
It's probably for the best, though. Yeah.
Everyone. I have an answer on this.
I can too. Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Okay. The Misfits. 1, 2, 3.
I will say though, don't sleep on that Danzig's solo catalog.
Sure. Danzig sings Elvis. Danzig sings Elvis. Oh my
Outside of the later stuff.
Classic.
Okay, I'll put it this way. The first 4 Danzig records, lots of good stuff hiding in there. You don't need to listen to much outside of that. You really don't. But But at the end of the Misfits are also the Misfits.
Yes.
The good stuff from the Misfits is pretty hard to beat. They have some stinkers too, especially during the 90s. Oh my god.
They do. I also want to, like, before we go to the next one, a quick story. This was years ago, before the Rock Coliseum. I was still living in Florida. Crash and I were just album reviewers on YouTube. I remember Crash said he was going to review Skeletons from Danzig. And boy, oh boy, we were both like, this is awful. Is it possible that we got sent like the B cut or like the early before rough cut thing?
Yeah,
and
I remember. We were talking about that.
But we both got the source from different publicists and labels, so that's how we knew. No, this is the real thing. Like, this
yeah,
to us.
No,
we were like, nope. It's
you and I, we were both.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were both confirming, like, okay, does your copy of this thing sound like mine? Because I think did you get like a bum? Did you get like a bum copy or something, or like a demo cut, or like
it was unfinished?
But was yours missing tracks?
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were like, no, it actually sounds like this, and like, oh god.
Yep. From Noxuser, Seinfeld versus Friends, the sitcoms.
Oh, not close.
Not close at all for me. No.
Seinfeld. 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, I fucking hate Friends. I fucking hate Friends.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, John, I don't hate you, but okay.
Why was that a caveat?
We can still be friends.
To be honest, though, the real competition is Seinfeld versus Frasier.
Well, yes, 100%.
Frasier.
Yeah.
Depends on what day for me, honestly.
I get it.
From that highbrow, fast-talking humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's clever and it makes me feel smart. Damn it.
It does. Another one from Paul Urena. Ghost versus Sleep Token.
Okay.
My wife is probably going to cry a little, but that's okay.
It's not entirely fair, honestly.
No, it's not.
Not really.
They are different ballparks. So, all right. Ghost, 1, 2, 3. Sleep Token.
I'll be odd man out on this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sleep Token.
I will say it's again not fair because Ghost, again, they've had more time. They've been around for a lot longer. They've had more of a chance to prove themselves, but I'd say Sleep Token on their latest album especially, they've proven that they can meet Ghost at that level, I'd say, and they have the potential to rise above, in my opinion. Ghost's last few... It's been a little rough going for Ghost here lately, in my opinion at least.
Yeah.
I really did not
I'd
like
agree with you
last
on that.
album. But...
It's been a little rough.
Yeah.
I did like the latest Ghost album, but at the same time, I understand the point. It's not Prequel and before quality.
They're not really moving the needle forward in any way. It just kind of feels like they're playing it pretty safe.
I will say that
I feel.
Go ahead.
I feel like Ghost might be out of ideas, or they might have reached that ceiling. They may have plateaued. I think Sleep Token still has a lot more gas in the tank. But we'll see.
That's fair. My vote could change in 5 years. You know,
Yep.
Sleep Token's on top of the world the last 2 years of their headlining download. That is awesome.
And I like Sleep Token a lot, so I am excited to see what they do for sure.
For sure. Alrighty. From Just Ezek, Avril Lavigne versus Kelly Clarkson. Okay then.
I heard since you've been gone, blasting at Sheets today. I really did.
Party of the Sheets.
Shit, I might have to go with that just because I heard it today.
I like Sheets.
Avril Lavigne. 1, 2, 3.
No disrespect to Kelly, but
yeah.
I had a feeling this is how it would go.
Yeah.
I have opinions on this. This is entirely an issue of albums. In that Avril has sustained solid albums, and the one time Kelly Clarkson tried, where she went like really dark and she wrote everything herself, I'm like, it's good. I think it's underrated, but it's not under your skin. I'm sorry.
It's not a masterpiece. You're talking My December, right? Or whatever it is, December.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah.
Definitely underrated, but by no means a masterpiece, or even in the under my skin ballpark.
It was one of those dark albums that was trying to be dark, but forgot how to write hooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Came out in the mid 2000s, a weird time, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. From Stephen Paulus. Fall Out Boy versus Panic at the Disco versus My Chemical Romance.
You would.
You would. One band leaves.
Throw the third one in. And...
Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance.
Uh-huh.
Before we vote, I just saw on the chat that we achieved our goal. It looks like.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank
so much.
you very much, y'all. Much appreciated.
So we have one day of festival so far. Thank you for the golf applause, whoever hit it. 142 likes. Again, we get to 170. It'll be another 2-day festival. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. It does help a ton.
Awesome.
Okay. Up next, we're still doing this Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, MCR.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to derail you there.
No, you can derail with good news. Fall Out Boy. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Panic at the Disco. 1, 2, 3.
No.
I was like, there's no way anyone. No.
I figured someone would. I thought maybe someone would, but.
My Chemical Romance. 1, 2, 3.
See, that's the trump card, though, man.
Yeah, dude. If it had just been the first two, we might have had a different conversation. But you throw the third one in there, it's a different game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone going to that My Chemical Romance tour this year, the stadium tour?
You got money for me?
I wish.
I do not.
Yeah.
I don't even have money for parking at something like that right now.
Right?
Yeah, man. Oof.
Give me the money, and I will gladly get the tickets.
I think those tickets sold out before I even heard they existed. So like
those tickets sold out before I was born.
Oh, before the band was made. Oh, that is difficult. Let's go here and stop. From Patrick Starr, Green Day album versus album, Minority versus American Idiot.
I have to also ask. This is from Patrick Starr.
Oh no, this is song versus song. From
no wonder they got the album.
Song versus song. Excuse me, it's not album versus song. Minority versus American Idiot. Song versus song.
Okay.
I got you now.
Okay, wait. I apologize. It's song versus song or album versus album?
Song versus song. Minority. Minority versus American Idiot.
Versus American. Okay. Ooh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Great songs.
Got answers?
Yep.
I do.
So, yeah. I like them both, by the way. Minority. 1, 2, 3.
I really want to put my thumb up here. I want to.
I'd love to.
I want to so bad.
It's such a short fun blast, but American Idiot. 1, 2, 3.
American Idiot is
that's
the more important song. Yes.
That riff, dude, as soon as that kicks in, everybody knows. You know the song, you know what's coming.
Just so well every 4 years.
No shit, right? God.
It's always going to be
still topical. Still topical to this goddamn day. For that matter, so is Minority, I will say.
True.
Always keep Minority in your heart, but keep American Idiot in your head.
Crash, John, I know you're talking about Kerplunk coming out the day you were born. Warning came out on my birthday, October 3rd.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
we got some Green Day connections here.
Yes. Some nice ones. From Chris Doman, little message. My last one for the night, and it's not a suggestion, but a fun question. You four get to bring Zach and the Zachtones to life. Who plays what position in the band?
God.
I'll play bass and backup sing. So.
Who's the front man?
I'll do lead singing and piano.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess I have to be bass then because I don't know how to play drums.
I already called bass. I already called bass and backup singer.
Oh, okay. I'm guitar. I'm lead or rhythm guitar. There we go.
I'm doing all the percussion.
John, I'm sorry. You're stuck with drums, man.
No, I don't work with drums. I work with custom percussion. And you're going to have to live with that, okay?
Oh, God. We're going to have
to call me Clown from
Slipknot
Slipknot because I do custom percussion, okay?
Okay.
God. It's just 9 kegs all surrounding
Yeah, I was about to say, roll out a keg for me and let me just start going to town on those things.
Okay, Lars Ulrich.
Savage.
Yes, very nice. Sorry.
We all hate you, John.
I added a custom Ronnie.
Oh, God. I thought I recognized that fucking voice.
We all hate you, John.
Okay. Andrew Geiger says, Bare Naked Ladies after Stephen Page left.
Oh, no. Most of you don't know this.
Mine's a big shoulder shrug.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine. I can't even
imagine
how much music there was like that. I've new stuff from Bare Naked Ladies. So.
Oh, they've done a lot. They've done a lot
it,
since
but I
can't.
left, I know they've done it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what it is. So.
There's a reason. There's a reason you don't know about it.
Okay, vote if you want to vote. Bare Naked Ladies post Stephen Page. 1, 2, 3.
And I hate doing this because, you know, okay. You know what?
I gotta
Cool.
explain why.
Cool, please.
There was one song they did. It's called Odds Are. It was my favorite song of 2013. They did a video with Rooster Teeth.
Oh,
Red
wow.
versus Blue.
See, that's
okay.
yeah, that's
And
cool.
it was so funny, and I genuinely adore that song. Everything else you are utterly excused from ever knowing about. It's so sentimental and so like generally like you don't need to get into like Bare Naked Ladies lost their brain and instead of grit after Steve left. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Steve was kind of the Steve was kind of the writer in the band that kind of made them a band, you know. Whereas
Up in that, huh?
it was.
It's a very.
But you know,
there's a lot of Canadian stories about Stephen Page, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
there you go.
But to his credit, from what I've heard, at least he's cleaned up. He's doing okay for himself these days. More power to him.
Some way too much like inter band conflict. They will never get back together.
No, that's not happening. But
I will say this:
we have what we have.
I will say this: Bare Naked Ladies are going to be doing good for life because they get $1 bajillion in royalties every year for all the reruns of Big Bang Theory that play on 27
That's
stations.
right.
Yeah.
So
I always forget that that's them.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
They make money sitting on the couch year after year. So
as much as I hate that show, I'm glad they at least got a good paycheck out of it. You know,
at least it went to a good band, right?
Albums. Like let's be here. Like
Gordon.
No. But you know, on top of their classic paycheck, they also get the royalty paychecks
they
on
get the
top of that.
CBS paycheck as well. So
You know what? They'll be fine. They'll be just fine. Good for them. I'm just gonna listen to Gordon and stunt and pretend that stuff doesn't exist.
There you go. Maroon wasn't even that bad. Maroon had some
was good.
Maroon's good. Maroon's good.
Yeah.
Our whole universe was in a hard, dark state. Oh wait, wrong.
Riley,
we need to move on. Yeah.
From Riley Hart's Band versus Band versus Band. The Strokes versus The Killers versus Kings of Leon.
Okay.
That last one.
So the last one.
I feel bad for Kings of Leon.
The last one is where the little brother has to come with you trick or treating. So.
Luke, I'm sorry you cut out there at the last.
I didn't actually hear the little brother and then something else.
The last one was the little brother that has to be invited to trick or treating, even though you don't want him to come.
Yeah.
So, The Strokes. 1, 2, 3.
Really?
Really?
I'm going to do it.
Okay,
If no one else is going to do it, I will.
I figured
because
someone
it's very
would.
close.
Yeah, it's
Very
close for me too. The Killers. 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
Yeah. Kings
All
of
right.
Leon. 1, 2, 3.
I don't even want to clown on Kings of Leon necessarily. They've got some good stuff.
They do,
Sure,
but yeah.
but not in that.
Not to that level.
Yeah.
And they have some They have some real stinkers.
If you wanted to put a band in the conversation, it should be the White Stripes.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Change that, my vote might change.
That'd be a triple threat for sure. So, yeah. Any thoughts on this? I mean, I think we already.
I mean, both bands are
great.
They started off at a similar-ish time.
roughly.
Different teens, I guess you could say. But the Killers on that early post-punk revival wave, and the Strokes on the garage rock revival train. I don't know. Both have discographies that I listen to a lot. And I'm wearing a Strokes shirt right now. I didn't even think about that. I kind of had to vote for them. So,
worked out.
Boom.
Okay, fair enough. Killers defense, any?
Again,
go ahead. Sorry.
all I'll say is, again, man, the stuff that hits from them hits really freaking hard. The Strokes have some really good hits too, but I feel like, I don't know, I've always been weird when it comes to the Strokes. I like their first two records and a lot of the other stuff. I don't know, I'm kind of hit and miss when it comes to their later catalog, but I just feel like the Killers have a bit more consistency, a bit more... I don't know. The Killers have more dynamic range, I feel, than the Strokes generally do.
More depth across the board. Yeah.
A little bit.
Not a lot, but still.
As a person who doesn't really care for the new Abnormal, I think this isn't close. I think the Killers just like there is just way more strong albums in their catalog, and they also go for broke in a way I don't think the Strokes really do. Like,
Yeah.
there's a bombast to the Killers that I really, really like. Also, apparently they're dropping an album this year.
That's what I heard too.
It's imminent.
We shall see. We shall see. But I mean, they're doing a lot of touring again and headlining some festivals. So
they put out a song on Instagram a year and a half ago that's still not on streaming.
Too.
I know it's still not on streaming or anywhere, any kind of official release.
Remember in 2022 when My Chemical Romance dropped a new song and they said a new album
Yeah.
might be coming?
Yeah.
It's 2022.
One song.
It's 2025.
Hope you like it.
So
Daddy's still waiting. Daddy's still waiting, Gerard.
At least it was 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more than 6. Oh.
Yeah.
oh.
Give me 666. I mean,
Alex Kawa says Bush versus Candlebox. Back
Oh,
to the
boy.
90s.
back to
I'm
the
gonna
90s under.
Yeah, we're talking some. Yeah, we're getting some hunger dunger dang in there.
Back by the way, Bush going on tour supporting Shinedown on an arena tour this year.
Luke, I'm sorry, but we're having some issues where you're cutting out occasionally. Your audio.
Yeah.
It's just really spotty, really intermittent. Intermittent.
Maybe I'm peaking.
like-
Maybe Discord might be making it peaking. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It might be a Discord thing. Sorry about that. So,
Okay.
fun
Yeah.
fact: Bush is going on tour supporting Shinedown on an arena tour this year.
It just happened
Alright.
again.
I could see that. That
Yeah.
kind of works.
Anyway,
I got an answer. to
Everyone
this.
have an answer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip out.
Okay.
Okay.
Bush. 1, 2, 3.
For me, this is easy. This is an easy.
It's not. It's split for me, but I'm not super overjoyed with either one. It's just they're there for me.
I'm not
Which is
stoked
fine.
about either of them.
Yeah. They have big hits, but I've never been like, I gotta get every new album. I gotta check out the new stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think I saw Bush
I-
accidentally at Weenie Roast 2012. Oh, yeah.
one of those radio station fests.
Yep. Yep. Local radio station, Weenie Roast. Bush were there playing all the hits.
I think that's how most people tend to catch Bush these days. It's like, oh, Bush is on this ticket. I didn't even know they were still around.
Yeah, exactly.
From Ellie Yeat, a classic of Rock Coliseum history. If you know, you know. Meatloaf. It's all coming back to me now. I read that exactly as it was posted to me.
Again, you
You're
cut
really
out.
punching out, man.
Yeah, it's starting to happen.
Of all the times for this to be happening, I have no idea why.
If I had to guess, it's like it sounds like it's when you're like starting a sentence and then
Okay.
you'll hear the first couple of words and then it'll cut out for like 5 seconds and then back
Okay.
in.
Let me try
This is
again. Let me try again. Yeah, I'm sure it's a Discord thing or something like that. Let me turn this down. Okay. From Ellie Yeats, raise your hand as soon as I cut out, okay?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Here's a classic of Rock Coliseum history. If you know, you know. Meatloaf, it's all coming back to me now.
Oh, I know what they're talking about. Yep.
Do I
This
even
one.
know?
This was a long ass time ago.
I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank myself.
Didn't we all try to sing this one? I think that's what
Maybe. It's an impression.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's an impression of Meatloaf doing It's All Coming Back to Me Now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Again, that was a long time ago though. I
That was like
barely
7
remember
years
that.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meatloaf covering Celine Dion. 1, 2, 3.
Not technically Meatloaf covering Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Because what happened was Jim Steinman wrote the song. He put it to Meatloaf first in 1993 because there was a chance this could make it out into Bad Out of Hell too. And Meatloaf basically said, I cannot do this song justice. Like I don't get I love the song. Apparently the first time he heard it, he was in tears. Like he was like, I can't do this song. It needs to go to someone else. And Celine Dion's like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Worked out.
Good for her.
Why not?
Worked out.
Yeah, that worked out. That worked out well.
Meatloaf eventually covered it on Bad Out of Hell 3 in 2006.
3.
I keep forgetting there's a third. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
3. All right.
I can't do this song until I need the money.
But Crash do that a lot more drunk and angry with that impression. A lot more angry.
No, I'm not gonna do that to the
He
man.
passed on. Let's not do that.
He passed on. Let's
Fine.
let the dead rest.
Fine.
Fine.
Also from Ellie Yeats, Limp Bizkit's Faith George Michael cover versus Seether's Careless Whisper George Michael cover.
Ooh.
Not close to me.
I have an answer. Yeah.
I think I got one too, but
I have
neither of these.
I have a surprise for you guys. I actually love one of these covers, and I'm not going to tell you which one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Everyone have an answer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit's Faith. 1, 2, 3.
I feel a little dirty,
I get it.
but
Another crash trash response. Okay. And Seether's Careless Whisper. 1, 2, 3.
It's a great cover.
Thank you, Mark. I feel better about myself now. Thank you. Okay, yes, I can finally admit that it's a great cover.
Yes, it's shockingly good. It has no right being as good as it is, but like it's better than the majority of Seether's catalog.
It's because Seether didn't write it.
There you
Ouch. Was that on their album after Karma and Effects sometime in the mid 2000s?
It was late. It was like late 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to that a lot in high school.
Yeah, again, I have history with Seether. I've gone into great detail about this. I have trouble just listening to Seether in general.
I get it.
And I have problems with the Limp Bizkit cover of Faith, especially as a queer person. I have issues with that cover. There's a much uglier conversation to be had about that, but I don't feel like having that here. But I don't know, Seether. Again, his vocals don't work. With Careless Whisper, you gotta sing it, you gotta deliver it, and Sean Morgan's ugly. I'm never gonna treat a friend careless, nothing.
It's a cover, Crash. What do you want her to do? Not put his own spin on it?
He could pick something else. He
doesn't have anything else.
But he does not. That was also my favorite drunk dad at a bar karaoke cover I've ever heard.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Please.
No, that's what you sounded like.
That's what it sounds like to me. Okay, if your drunk dad is doing it at karaoke. Okay, fine. If your drunk dad is doing it at karaoke, don't release it as a single, damn it. Oh. I don't know. Y'all know me and my history with Seether.
I'm not.
I mean, when Fred Durst literally exists right there. By the way, Fred is a terrible actor. I saw him in Y2K, and my god, that dude cannot carry a film to save his life.
I've seen clips from that movie. It looks hilarious.
It would just make me upset. I know.
Well, like that. It's not okay. Okay.
Not with your time.
It has like a 4.9 on IMDb.
It sucks because it's
but it's not like funny bad.
No,
okay.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's unfunny.
Sucks.
See, that's what I was kind of hoping for with that one.
Sucks he can't rely on it because his tour last year did not do nearly as well as they had hoped. For every show that sold out, another show would bomb. So
yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I get it.
You just gotta have faith.
That did not work, apparently. It did not.
Yeah, and having faith did not work for them. No.
Yeah.
MDJ7 says Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills.
Oh, man. Oh.
I
get in. No dog in this fight. No dog in this fight.
But fuck the Chiefs. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
How about this? It's not this
and
one,
Mahomes.
For this one, it's not who you like, it's who you think's gonna win.
You cut out. You cut out right as you were saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not who you like, but
it's not who you like, but who you think's gonna win.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got it.
Bills.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1, 2, 3. I don't want them to win, but I think they're gonna win.
I get it.
Get it. I get that.
That referee
I can't manifest them winning.
That referee is going to present the football with a bow on it, right to them. And go, here you go, boss.
Yeah, probably.
Keep bringing in that revenue for the NFL.
Buffalo Bills. Go ahead.
I normally agree with this. The thing is that when you have the established running game of the Bills with James Cook really emerging as a solid back. They're doing wide receiver by committee, so a lot of the Chiefs secondary can't cover the broader spread, and then you have to push people further back outside the main defensive line, which otherwise means that Josh Allen could just run all over you. Because I do not trust the edge rushers on Kansas City. Like Chris Jones is good, but I don't know.
See, and also,
I love the chat right now. Stares blankly in comic book nerd.
I have no idea.
Also,
a certain part of our audience, their eyes just glazed over during that whole.
Okay.
quick thumbs up, Buffalo Bills.
What band is
One, two, three.
wide receiver? I've never heard of them.
Well, there is Nickelback.
Quick thumbs up for Buffalo Bills. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Buffalo Bills. 1, 2, 3.
My thumbs up goes to Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna get to hear a diss
Halftime,
track.
baby.
We're gonna get to hear a diss track at the Super Bowl.
Drake
God, I
is
hope
trying to stop him from performing that, though. Through that lawsuit.
Oh, he's gonna do it anyway.
God, I
They
hope
not
he
like us.
like a steak,
I don't think
man.
he'll play Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. I think he will play the first 4 or 5 bars to get people into it, and then he'll let the crowd sing it.
Someone just
I want.
See,
Mark-
that's-
What if
That's
he
how you
only
do it.
performed diss tracks?
Mark-
What if he does the entirety of Meet the Grams at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
I also just
no,
want to
not
point out,
happening.
guys. Mark Berman,
Dear Aubrey.
our friend Mark
Oh, wait,
Berman
no.
just said, "Mom, the Coliseum's talking about sports again."
All right. Moving along.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. From Unoriginal, that's the username. Van Halen's Balance versus Aerosmith's Get a Grip.
Okay, I see the. Okay, same time, same
Yeah.
general time of those.
I was trying to think of those in the same
Okay.
year.
Yeah, same-ish time.
Yeah.
Same-ish
Okay.
time.
Okay.
If you want to play that game, we can.
Yeah. Balance. 1, 2, 3.
It's not a good record.
No, it's not. And
no.
get a grip. 1, 2, 3.
Literally the first record I ever owned. The first record I ever bought was Aerosmith's
Get a
Get a
Grip.
Grip.
I'm not
It's
even
fine.
into Aerosmith like
Yeah.
that, but
Well, see, I was like 6 when that record came out, and it was the Alicia Silverstone videos. Go back and dig up those videos. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Crazy
Even
or-
at 6, even at 6 years old, I was like,
Crying. Yeah.
"Oh, this is cool."
cool.
Yep, can't deny. Can't deny.
From
It's
Rock.
also still.
Go, sorry.
Go ahead.
Rock and
I'm just
movies
gonna
with Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, you. I will shut up.
Rock and Movies with Tyler, T the Man, says Dark Superstition by Gate Creeper.
You know what?
I
Not
reviewed it. I talked
familiar.
about it. Okay.
Don't
No,
know.
okay.
Real quick for me. 1, 2, 3. Angry raw death metal. Sounds good. They did a good job.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Alex Kawa says Chris Stapleton versus Zach Bryan.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was wondering when more country was
Yeah.
going to come our way with Mark being
I'm
here.
kind of surprised. I figured we'd get a lot more curveballs. Like I figured we'd see more
I would
pop
too.
and more hip hop and.
Yeah.
Well, we are on the Rocked YouTube channel.
We are
know.
unrocked. I get it, but it's no limits, baby. It's no limits.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
I'm ready.
But
Okay.
okay, this is interesting.
Okay. Chris Stapleton. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, fine.
Okay, cool.
I lost it. Who was the second one I said?
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown. 1, 2, 3. I'm abstaining.
Zach Bryan.
Zach
and
Bryan,
it's,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wait, was it Zach Bryan or was it? It was Zach Bryan, right?
Yeah.
Zach Bryan, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was Zach Brown. My answer doesn't.
Would the
change
answer still be
there,
the same?
but
Yeah, my
Yeah, the
answer
answer's still the same.
Actually, no, it would. It would. If it was Zach Brown, my answer would change. I'll be quick on this. You were going here. It's an issue of albums. I think that while Chris Stapleton has the Starting Over record, that is probably his strongest album. It's not beating the self-titled from Zach Bryan. It's not beating Great American Bar Scene. It's not beating Boys of Faith. It's not beating Summertime Blues. The thing with Chris Stapleton is that he makes very tasteful albums. Like, they're very easy albums to put on. Like, the comparison that Todd made to that very classy brand of early 90s soul music to Chris Stapleton is no perfect. Zach Bryan's got a ragged edge to him, probably a little more than he should have. We'll be not getting into
Yeah.
all the nonsense that he had
Mhm.
second half of 2024 tied with my Barstool. It's hell. Didn't even go
Yeah.
into that. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
But
Zach
we know.
Bryan is better. Yeah, I'll say it.
Mm.
Any other thoughts?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Chris Stapleton deserves a little bit more credit. I don't know. I feel like his albums might be easy to put on, but there is, a certain depth to those records too. And of course, with Zach Bryan, it's a lot more raw for sure.
Yeah.
It's just a different mood, and that doesn't tend to be the mood that I would seek out nearly as often. So
I would agree with that. I'll also add to the point that I think that Chris Stapleton gets slept on because he came up in the initial wave of mid-2010s indie country, and he came up alongside Sturgill Simpson and Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But all three of those artists are great.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good conversation. I'd abstain because I don't know enough about either. Sturgill Simpson I know about, but let's see.
Luke, I'll admit I don't have much to contribute to this just because I'm not huge on Chris Stapleton. He's okay, but I don't seek him out terribly often. I don't know. I like Zach Bryan is kind of a trashy bitch, and I can kind of relate to that. So I get it. It's a vibe.
Add, because folks might not know this, new Jason Isbell album in March.
Okay. Very nice.
Here for it.
Yeah.
From
all acoustic.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, very nice.
From Just Ezek, Chapel Roan.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
No limits. 1, 2, 3. Missouri's own Chapel Roan.
Oh, that's right. That's right. She's
2023. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's fun, and she actually doesn't take any crap from people. We need more of that.
Yeah.
And good for her. She fucking shouldn't.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, she's so entitled. Yeah, she's entitled to not wanting people to fucking grab her, in public spaces. Like, what the hell, people?
Yeah.
Stop being weird.
Yeah.
Stop being fucking weird.
Stop being weird. That's all you. That is all you. Stop it.
We got another country one.
Chapel Bapple don't owe you an apple. Shut up.
Wow, Crash! You just made the new title for her next album.
Chapel Bapple don't know enough.
And she's holding a bushel of apples on the album cover.
Get Chapel on the Apple remix, Charlie XCX.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
She should do more collabs. She'd be great with them.
Yes. But let her, I feel like I get what she's doing. She's establishing herself first with the solo music.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, man, doing a collab with Chapel, you got to be careful who you pick with, because Chapel is going to blow away a lot of people who she would.
Chapel and Gaga. Give me Chapel and Gaga on a song together.
I'll go. Here's one. Give me Chapel and Miley.
Oh yes.
They have different registers. That would work. That would
really contrast super well.
Yes.
I would love to see a live performance, like them doing a cover of something. Like I don't know what. Champagne Supernova.
Grammys. We have great ideas. Also, pay us money.
Yes,
yeah, please.
I agree.
Get us on the
committee. From Emperor Tiger Star, who's great channel, great supporter. Another country one. Alabama versus Rascal Flatts.
Oh, not close.
Wow.
I have not heard
apples and oranges, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a weird one. Even I know that. All right.
Which one didn't perform at Trump's inauguration? Remind me.
Yeah.
I don't remember, and I don't care.
The Rascal Flatts were there at the new one.
I'm assuming, and I know you mean the band. I know you don't. And I know you don't mean just the state of Alabama. I'm aware.
Yeah.
So, Alabama, the band. 1, 2, 3.
I mean,
from what I know,
from what I know,
yeah. Rascal Flatts, I always thought was just like a prime position overrated act.
So cheesy, and like Gary LeVox is his vocal register just pissed me off.
It's got its own flavor, I'm a little less hostile towards them. It's okay for what it is, but it is
less
what
hostile
it is.
too. I've got nostalgia. I definitely grew up on
them in
that.
the Hannah Montana movie, like.
So you have a lot of nostalgia for them, clearly.
No, I don't.
Mark, why were you watching the Hannah Montana movie?
I watched
out of his own volition, okay?
Listen, I was bored last weekend and I wanted to check something on Netflix.
Mark, I hate to spoil it for you, but that is Miley Cyrus.
I know,
What?
right? Well, it's Miley Stewart.
Yeah.
Miley Stewart.
Stewart's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Earl.
I know that.
Shout out to Uncle Earl one time.
Also, shout out to the fact that Taylor Swift is in that movie too.
That's right.
Oh my God, that's right.
I didn't see it, so.
Wait, are the Jonas Brothers in it too?
I don't think they are, but Tyra Banks is in it.
That makes sense.
Boy, that's a name
American
that dropped off.
top
Yeah.
model.
Tyra Banks is in it, and Brandon Boswick is in it.
Oh my God!
From
What a
Rocky
wide
Horror.
range. Yeah.
Wow.
What a wide range of castmates.
From Kelsey Parks, the Beatles' Blackbird versus Alter Bridge's Blackbird.
Nah.
I get that it's
Well,
because they're
sure
both
you wanna
named
have this
Blackbird,
conversation.
I was about to say.
but and I like Alter Bridge, but
I do too.
the
but-
Beatles. 1, 2, 3 for the Beatles.
You had to see
Come
this.
on, it's one of their best songs. too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackbird.
Yeah.
Again, no disrespect to Alter Bridge,
No.
but
I'd say a better comparison is the Blackbird cover that was on Beyonce's album.
Versus Alter Bridge.
Well, yeah, I think that's probably the better comparison. Not
Yeah.
for the Beatles.
From Ben Wilkes, band versus band, Beach Boys versus the Eagles.
Beach Boys versus
Brad?
Eagles. Sorry, you cut out there.
Yeah,
Beach Boys versus Eagles.
not close.
Yeah, not
Yeah, I got my answer on this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. Beach Boys. 1, 2, 3.
Pet Sounds.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on.
I'm the dissenter.
Only
Come on.
Pet Sounds. Yeah.
Eagles. 1, 2, 3. And my argument is because after Pet Sounds, it starts to get like in a gray area for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You do have other albums like Surf's Up and stuff that are
I
genuinely
agree.
good.
Yeah, but the Eagles have a lot more songs that hit hard for me. So that's it.
I own an Eagles album on vinyl from my parents, so like,
Also,
Who doesn't?
also, and I'm not just saying this. There's a lovely woman downstairs who knows where I sleep. She is not a fan of one of these bands, so I had to play it safe.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh.
No disrespect to Gretchen, but I turned 40 this year. I am officially entering my Lebowski era. And I fucking hate the Eagles, man.
Same, man.
We're gonna make a bowling group and just go bowling and reenact some scenes from that and talk about the Eagles. Rock Coliseum bowling. That's all we need.
That's what we're getting. That's what we
Down,
know.
fuck
I'll
it.
join that league.
We'll all get matching shirts. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
RC on the back. Boom.
All right. We'll do one more of these, then we'll do like 10 minutes of rapid fire. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. 15 more likes, by the way. We'll do a second day of RockOrFlop Festival. 15 more likes if you haven't done it yet.
15.
Close.
Come on, we can do
We're close.
15.
All
Come on,
right.
folks.
Last main one from Jeff King. 9 Inch Nails versus Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Before I vote, I love both.
Same. That goes without saying, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, same. Mm.
9 Inch Nails. 1, 2, 3.
Comfortably.
I'm willing to be the odd man out on
It's
this.
it's razor thin for me. Rage Against the Machine. 1, 2, 3.
So my argument here, again, 9 Inch Nails has a hell of a catalog. They really, really do. I will say Rage wasn't around for as long, so they have the shorter body of work, but man, that body of
I
work
agree.
is concentrated gold, baby. I can sit through that entire discography and not skip a beat. 9 Inch Nails, it gets a little...
It
in
gets choppy.
places.
I'll agree with that.
I feel like there's more variety with 9 Inch Nails, though.
Yes.
That is very true.
Also true.
That's the biggest thing
Also
for
true.
me, I think. You
Just
know?
from everything from the super early industrial all the way to the Ghost soundtracks, you know, there's so much more to dive into with 9 Inch Nails, and Rage is one of my favorite bands.
And I got into my ambient bullshit, and I actually kind of got into the Ghost soundtrack.
Yeah.
fair.
You know, yeah, the Ghost stuff has good stuff in it. I will.
Yeah.
That was
absolutely
what, like the late 2000s into the early 2010s?
When they started with
Ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
Well,
Or 2010s, yeah.
yeah.
And they did 5 and 6 or 6 and 7, whichever ones. They did those during pandemic. They're great.
Right. In the follow-up.
And those were interesting too, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of dug what they were doing.
I
there.
will say this though, even Rage's cover album, the last thing they did before Zach left was they had a lot of good covers.
Yeah.
So
Well, is anyone looking to go see Nine Inch Nails when they're now on tour this year, which to me tells me an album's coming?
Yep, peel it back.
I would love that, please.
I would love that. Yep, if I can get tickets.
The
to
nearest
that,
stop
God.
for me is 2.5 hours, and I will make that drive, and you better believe I'm going to try to shoot it. I've only seen them once. I shot them once, and it was amazing.
They're coming to my state. It's just that I saw them at Riot Fest a couple of years ago, and I know the tickets are going to be insane.
Yes,
so.
they are.
Same. It's like,
I'll probably have to live without it.
It's going to be a Live Nation.
Patreon.com.
So.
Patreon.com for all of us so we can afford these goddamn tickets.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Rapid fire. Thank you guys so much. Just a few minutes of rapid fire. 8 more likes. We'll get a second day of the festivals. 8 more people. Please hit the like button. It really does help out. Okay. From Ethan Britton. The Beatles versus the Kinks.
Again,
The Beatles. I do understand at least a little bit of the comparison.
But
the Beatles. 1, 2, 3.
Man, you just can't put the Beatles in these things. You can't.
There's going to be very few things that end up topping that.
Yeah.
Them.
As much as respect as I have for the Kinks, it wasn't going to be them.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I like the Kinks, for the record.
Sure, yeah. Oh, it's not about their quality. It's just when you compare them to each other. So, from Heavy Metal Joker, sorry, Luke, At the Drive-In versus The Cure.
Oh.
Love both. Love both.
Yeah, I could see that being tough for Luke, especially.
Yeah.
I get it, though. At the Drive-In, 1, 2, 3.
This hurts because I also love At the Drive-In.
I do.
I really do.
The Cure, 1, 2, 3.
The Cure didn't make Disintegration and Pornography
They
and
made
so
my
many other good records.
Songs of a Lost World is my favorite album of last year. It really was.
I get it. It's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Yep, it's that
my year
good.
list.
So, At the Drive-In, I'm a bigger than Mars Volta fan too. That's also a big thing for me. So, good. I at least understand it. They're just trying to make me cry. Ha! I didn't.
Yeah.
And the Cure also have a lot more material.
Just
too.
a touch, a little.
Just a little bit.
Andrew Geiger, Hot Water Music.
Ooh. All right.
It's been a while.
I have to abstain. I am not familiar
Yeah.
enough. So,
Sure.
Hot
Oh, I
Water.
know.
What? Yeah, I'm going to set this one out too.
Okay. Hot Water Music. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I'll again, great sort of 2000s-ish hardcore, definitely great punk stuff. Good stuff out there. I'll also say look up their singer Chuck Reagan has a great solo catalog. Look that up too.
Okay. From Tom Randall, Kendrick Lamar's GNX versus Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia.
Ooh,
I already have an answer.
Okay.
Valid question.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Valid, but I do have an answer to this.
Kendrick Lamar
course.
GNX. 1, 2, 3.
It pains me because Chromacopia was great.
And that's the
It's
thing.
really good.
And that's the thing. I
Fire.
have not heard Chromacopia. That's the thing.
It's worth your time.
It is.
GNX is not the best West Coast hip hop album of last year.
What was Vince
Vince
Staples?
Staples' Dark Times.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Dark Times. That's right.
From Alex Kawa, Rise Against Endgame versus Nowhere Generation.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh shit.
I have an answer. It might be surprising. but
In-Game
it's
was the
close.
2011 album, right?
Yeah, it was like a decade before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make It Stop, I think, in Satellite on that
Yeah.
one.
Nowhere Generation was right at the end of pandemic.
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Endgame. 1, 2, 3. Surprising. I did not expect to
Valid,
sweep
though.
on that.
Valid.
But
though.
To me,
Generation.
I get this though.
Nowhere Generation. 1, 2, 3. People
God,
slept.
this album was so underrated. What the
People
hell?
slept so much.
I've come back around on that one. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And I'll say this
Dude.
also. I think people were turned away by the title track because that was
Yeah.
more standard stuff. Every other
Yeah.
song, every second
Yeah.
is so good.
The title track is the weakest song on the album.
By a long
I
shot.
think we can all agree on that.
Yes,
you
by a
know?
long
shot.
It sounded gimmicky,
Easy.
and I was like, "Oh, great, here we go again." More later
I know.
years Rise
We all
Against.
did. And no one gave it a chance because of that. So,
Yeah, I think that definitely hurt them.
so from Tristan, Taylor Swift's Folklore versus Evermore.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Folklore.
Sure.
Yeah. Folklore. 1, 2, 3.
Fun a little bit. Oh, okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
The St. Louis
Comfortable.
reference wins it. Thank you.
Okay.
The thing with Evermore is that Evermore kind of goes off a cliff after its first 6 songs. Like after we got to Coney Island with the National, it kind of just kind of
Yeah.
Starts to feel a little like these were the leftovers. You know.
Yeah, it does feel like that. But Champagne Problems, phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think Cowboy Like Me is phenomenal, and that's definitely past track 6.
Yeah, that is
I think
song, but it's not my go-to off that one. When you have Gold Rush, when you have like
Nobody, No Crime.
Don't love that one honestly, because it's one that's it kind of like it felt very much. It felt a little obvious. Like it felt like it felt like she wanted to make her version of Goodbye Earl, but with no to it.
Right. It didn't have that extra. I get what you're saying.
From Chris Doman. Whitechapel's A Visceral Wretch, the new song that came out less than 2 months ago. It'll be the first song off the upcoming album.
Haven't heard it. I have to step out.
I've heard it. Double thumbs up. It is killer. It's great. So if you like Whitechapel, check it out. New album comes out in March or April. I don't remember.
I've heard it's more of like a return to like the kind of growl core. I'm happy to see.
A Visceral Wretch is the name for an appropriate song like this too. It is guttural and angry and gonna freak out the neighbors when I play it in the car way too loud.
Rad.
Cool.
So. From Noxuser, Life Without Buildings.
Don't know.
I don't know.
Not familiar.
I don't either.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, Noxuser. Just don't know it. From Devin Jackson, Metallica's album versus album, Kill 'Em All versus And Justice for All. So debut versus album 4.
Yep.
I do have an answer.
Kind of an interesting comparison.
You never hear these two compared to each
other. Not those two.
Yeah, these are like no one calls these their favorites, even though I know people for whom these are their favorites. But but I get it. I see where they're headed at with this.
No, I kind of like because this one's definitely never really been asked.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is interesting. I like
that's a fair question for sure.
Kill 'Em All. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. I'll be that guy. I'll be that guy.
And Justice for All. 1, 2, 3.
The writing puts it just over the production.
I was the same. And production and lack of production also. There's no bass on an album.
I was about to say, is this the one with no bass?
This is the one where the bass got fucked.
What a lame, awful thing to do intentionally. Go screw it.
Credit to Kill 'Em All. Of course, the production sucks on that because it was their very first fucking thing, and they made it for like $20.
I was gonna say they made it in a garage for $50 and a ham sandwich. So.
I get it.
Yeah, but again, I kind of like it though. That's a good comparison for him. Let's go. From Derek L. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Alex Kawa says you've been dissenting a lot tonight. I live to sow dissent. We all
have the episodes of Rock Coliseum.
I was about to say, I know.
That's right. I guess it's just my turn. I guess I got to be the Mr. Grumpy Pants.
That was me last year with the Commandus round, and it'll probably be again this year, and I'm going to be real angry about it again. I know, right? We haven't even decided the topic yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
From Derek, My Chemical Romance Disenchanted versus Weezer in the Mall. What in the world kind of weirdo random comparison?
I was about to say it's going to be tough for any Weezer track.
So
that's on Raditude.
Yeah,
that's this may honestly be a troll.
I'm out.
I guess
I can do this one. This may be directed at me, and it may be a troll.
Real fast. My Chemical Romance Disenchanted. 1, 2, 3.
Whoever made that, go to your room.
What? While I was reading it, I was getting more and more confused as if this was real.
Yeah, that's a troll.
I'm expecting "Say It Ain't So" or some acclaimed Weezer song or widely liked, but no.
From Devin we just talked about them briefly. Devin Jackson, Incubus.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
I understand if anyone wants to give a thumbs down. Yeah, I get it. I see that.
And
I get it.
that too. After I shot them 2 years ago, boy, the downfall has been weird, and I don't understand it. So,
which is a shame.
Post Light Grenades, it's a different band. Let's be honest. And I haven't really liked much of anything post Light Grenades. But from Science to Light Grenades, Fuck, there's some
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff in there.
Make yourself
even the-
Morning
make
View?
yourself is such a blast. So yeah.
And Morning View is a great album.
Even pre-science, I'd say they've got some of the more interesting early new metal stuff.
Fungus Among
Fungus
Us
Among
is-
Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fungus Among Us has some crazy shit on it for the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they
It's
were
really
bad
like it.
shit, but it's
They
good.
were like almost inspired like Faith No More levels of bonkers at that point.
Oh,
so.
in the early days,
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very much. They were
Mid
very
90s Incubus
bungle-core.
is
Yep.
a beast of a different color.
They sure were trying.
Yes, they were.
I get it. Well, again, I get it. I get it.
Last one for fast round. This is a good one to end. Musician versus musician in the same band. It's been a Beatles night. John Lennon versus Paul McCartney versus George Harrison, and that's from MDJ7.
And they left out Ringo Starr, you bastard. No.
I would have gone with Ringo.
I think
Yeah.
those three would have left Ringo Starr out also if they were actually in the
But hang on.
Ah,
Specification musician,
Yes, it just says that because it just says the individuals.
but not songwriter.
It doesn't say. So
it doesn't.
So as a musician?
Wildly.
Oh, that's a very different.
yeah, it just says Lennon, McCartney,
argument.
Harrison. Okay, how about if for any reason, Lennon, McCartney, Harrison. Those are the choices.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. John Lennon. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I had a feeling.
Paul McCartney. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And George Harrison. 1, 2, 3.
I'm surprised
My
this is
man.
as stacked as it
My
is. This is
man.
kind of close for
Yeah.
me because, again, man, McCartney's got some good
He does.
solo stuff. He has some good solo stuff. I've always been a George guy, though. I
Yeah,
always
I am
was.
too.
George.
And
All
also,
things must pass.
Harrison's contributions for writing weren't as nearly as numerous, but when they hit so hard for the Beatles.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
think the thing is, like, I think George is a guitar virtuoso, and you can very
Yes.
clearly tell that. But the issue I always have is that McCartney can write the songs. Like, if you go through
It's-
George's
yeah.
catalog,
Complete-
there's a
complete
lot
songs,
that is.
yes.
Sure.
There's a lot of filler. I admit there's a lot of filler.
I
but
get it.
the-
And
again, the good stuff.
I would
The
take-
good
I
stuff.
would take McCartney's corniness over whatever the hell George Harrison was doing in the 80s.
Cocaine?
Another valid point.
Acid. The answer is
I don't
acid.
know.
Yes.
No, his late 80s stuff, like the last album he put on the 80s,
Yeah.
was
He was
good.
good.
Man,
He
I still
yeah.
fuck with "Got My Mind Set on You."
Yeah.
I still fuck with that.
Okay.
I mean,
As corny as it is.
At that point,
I'm with
Ringo
you,
was
Crash.
at that point Ringo was doing Pizza Hut commercials. So, and that's not a joke.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I remember those commercials.
Well, we hit our goal, and we got our other
Hey.
goal. You guys,
Hey.
we will get you every super chat in the document. I'll have them copied over. I will make sure everything's set. We'll get to this as soon as possible. Thank you so much for making No Limits Night actually work. This has been great. It was not a disaster. I don't even
No.
know. I don't even know
This-
how that worked.
yeah.
It worked. It worked. I had
worked.
an idea. I had
And
an idea, and it worked. Weird.
And I had my eye on the chat. People
did
were
too.
not very trolly. Folks were, y'all behaved yourselves.
Yes.
I
We
am
had a-
so
Y'all
proud of
behaved.
y'all.
So, that being said, before we get to our 2-day festival to book, we are going to try to have another Rock Coliseum madness in sometime at the end of March. We don't know when yet. We don't know the topic yet, but we're definitely going to try to do that. So,
Something involving a bracket game in a Coliseum.
Yeah.
yes. It better not end like last time. Okay, time for another Coliseum Coliseum festival. 2-day festival, 5 bands each day. Let's see how we do. Right now, it's still on the image of Puddles. Puddles will not be included. We will not do any doubles from the last weekend. So,
Doubles for puddles.
Puddle double? Okay. Here we go. Band number 1 for day number 1 of this Coliseum festival. Churches.
Let's go. I'm
down.
there.
Man,
I'm down.
I'm in. I'm definitely in.
Number 2. Bring Me the Horizon.
Let's go.
Damn.
Not
So,
against
yeah.
because Bring Me the Horizon will sell all the tickets on their own.
They
because
will.
Yeah, no, this
Headliner right there. Boom.
Number 3. Palais Royale.
Oh, hell yeah.
They have a few hit. They have
All
a
right,
few songs that connect. Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Number 4. Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
you know they'll play the hits, so
Yeah, fine, I guess.
They have to play the
They'll play
hits. That is our.
they'll play the
that is-
hits.
That is our contractual obligation. They have to play the hits.
Yeah.
They'll play the hits, but I am definitely throwing something at Billy Corgan. That's all I'm going to say.
Number 5. Malevolence. They were on tour. They're like a hardcore metalcore.
I've heard of
band.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
You need
Yeah,
Yeah.
see,
That's
bingo.
easy.
Sounds like a solid ass lineup to me.
Solid lineup to me. I'm still in.
Let me make a poll.
And there's like some cohesion there too.
Right.
That kind of works.
I kind of like the combination of Bring the Horizon and Churches on the same bill. I don't know why I like it so much, but it works.
It really does, especially if they played some of their slightly more, I guess, guitar and instrument-based stuff, like the Screen Violence album. You know.
Yeah. And Smashing Pumpkins can still perform when they're doing the hits, so that's fine.
What I'd also add is I'd be curious to see if Lauren Mayberry's any of her solo stuff would pop up there.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
Because that was an underrated album from this year. From last year.
I don't think it was amazing, but I definitely think it was better than some people were giving it credit for.
I agree, yeah.
Fair enough. Let's go to the poll. Thank you guys for hanging out and doing all the super chats and hitting the like button. Oh, it's overwhelming. It's over 90%.
Oh, yeah, we're going.
Good one.
Again, great lineup there. That's good. That's day one.
Yeah, that's day one. See, it can work. The random generator can work. Number 2.
But now,
day 2. Here we go.
We may have spent all our luck.
Day 2, band or artist number 1, Jelly Roll.
Yep, we spent all our luck in one day.
Oh shit. Well, I'm out.
Nah,
come on.
I'm not.
Other bands, come on.
I'm not out yet, but I'm not happy.
I'm not out, but I'm not in.
Number 2, Hoobastank.
I'm out.
Yeah, God.
I'm out.
You're losing me,
guys.
Oh, you're
3 bands left. Come on, 3 bands left.
I'm hanging by Luke. I'm hanging by a thread. Luke. You got to give me something good here.
Give me something, man.
Number 3.
Hanging by a moment. God.
Huh?
It's not even Hoobastank, but I get why you make that mistake. Yeah.
Number 3, Steel Panther.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh.
No. This is just chaos.
Oh, I think I'm out.
Hoobastank and Steel Panther?
And Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is
Jelly
Roll is totally going to collab with Steel Panther in a gross song too.
On what?
Gross. Would you not expect anything else?
Oh my God.
If the headliner is MCR, maybe I'm still in, but ooh.
I think I can see MCR elsewhere.
We got 2 bands. 2 bands, guys. 2 bands. We can do this.
All right.
Number
the next
4.
one's gonna be some Lifehouse ass band.
Number 4. Oh, we are a duplicate. We can't do Smashing Pumpkins again. Number 4. The Pretty Reckless. Taylor Momsen, what are you doing at this show?
No.
I don't mind them, but
I don't mind them, but I wouldn't go to a festival for their 30 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, especially with this lineup, hell no.
Oh,
hell no.
Yeah, the whole
give us that headline.
The crowd stank alone. Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Momsen deserves better than that.
Yes, she does.
I was little Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, okay?
All right. Number 5, here we go. I don't have a drum roll queued up, but that's okay. Number 5. Electric Callboy.
Oh, I love Electric Callboy.
I guess it makes sense.
But
it actually does fit this weirdo crap lineup. However, I love Electric Callboy. So
I'm gonna give this a big ol'.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
You know what?
It's a no.
We need to ask the crowd. Day 2, yes or no? We got Electric Callboy and the Pretty Reckless. Come on. Cringe. Okay, and it sucks to say this. Jelly Roll would probably headline because that's what the people are going to pay for.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
It would be by default.
By default, yeah.
I'm worried about the crowd would not care enough or give Electric Callboy a chance if it's the same crowd that wants Jelly Roll and Steel Panther.
See, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with these bands and that crowd, is
the stank.
Pure talk. Oh yeah.
Even at an open air festival, it still have stank. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm gonna say this: this festival would make money though.
It would.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I would like to see if it actually sold tickets. It would depend where they located the festival. You know what I mean?
The sad thing is, it would probably be like,
I'm getting too much money.
Just straight up. Just straight up, it would be that.
Well, great time, Crash. Well done. Oh, this is Hubasang's biggest payday in years. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Alrighty. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, over 80% of people are saying no.
No deal.
Listen.
18% of y'all.
Listen.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
We are not perfect people.
Mark, God.
Cringe.
Oh,
Cringe.
that took me out. That's a KO.
Hey,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm straight up out the.
You know, we booked 4 days of festivals, and 3 of them were pretty solid.
Yeah?
What else do you want from us? Okay?
2 of them were solid.
No, come on. That one is going to be a spectacle. You want to go to see that with Guns N' Roses and Oasis? You would still go.
I want to watch the documentary that's made about that festival in 10 years.
Yes.
The disaster.
And
the disaster.
And they don't even show any crowd footage. They just show backstage and just have the closed camera or a closed caption camera, like looking in the back and all the mess. Yeah.
Is that depending on where that festival is, you could have a Woodstock 99 situation, and that really scares me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People will die on that first night.
Poor
they
Richard.
will.
And for what?
They at least
roll?
they got a filter though. They got filter that day one. So.
Yeah. Oh right.
Yeah. Poor Richard Patrick. Well, No Limits Night has been a success.
I agree.
I agree.
I am not against doing another round of No Limits sometime in the future.
Yeah, we will have to do this again sometime. This was fun.
Definitely.
This was definitely
We'll make it happen.
So, as we prepare to say goodbye, I want to thank everyone for hitting the likes, the many super chats, all the support you've given us. Please subscribe to these gentlemen's channels below. I'm going to go around the horn and just ask how everyone's doing if they have anything coming up. John, anything coming up?
Yeah, I'm late as hell because both my wife and I have gotten sick back to back. A bunch of health-related stuff, but we're back on track with getting the top 40 albums list out, hopefully this weekend or early next week.
Nice.
So once I get the 2024 horse off my back, I feel like I can really hit the ground running for 2025. So
very cool. Mark, how about you?
All right. So right after I finish this, I'm going to go over to my side channel, Billboard Breakdown. That episode got delayed for a day because of Martin Luther King Day. So it will be going live on that channel probably 10 to 20 minutes after we're done here. Cool. And so go over, catch up Billboard Breakdown. If you haven't seen it, it's my show where I go over the inanities and sanities of the Billboard Hot 100. I have 11 seasons of it. There is hundreds of episodes. Great to put on if you want to go to sleep. Unless you find my voice too loud and obnoxious to go to sleep properly. Outside of that, regular album reviews. FK Twigs is coming. Gaius Guevara is coming. Like there's a lot of interesting stuff coming up at the end of the month. That Weekend album kind of scares me, but
yeah,
no shit, right?
Yeah,
tomorrow, am I right?
Concerned is my word I would use for it. So
yeah, based on the singles, I'm very concerned.
I am too.
That's a good word for it. Yeah.
Crash. Anything coming up?
Y'all would be so proud of me. I have a script finished for my worst albums of 2024, and it didn't take me 6 months to write it. Holy God, I'm sorry, but that last video, thank you. That last video, I've gone on and on about what it took to get that last video out. Holy God in hell. It's nice to be making videos that don't kill you, boy. It really is. But stay on the lookout for worst albums of 2024. There will also be a best albums of 2024. They're 2 separate videos. I'm hoping to get worst out before the end of January. We'll get best out sometime in February. Hopefully, don't hold me to that. God only knows what's going to happen to me these days. Holy shit. But yes, my lists are coming out. And I have some other stuff planned. I actually have some other videos. The worst video is also gonna contain a bit of an announcement video for where my channel is gonna be going in the future. Nothing too drastic. Don't be too scared by that. But I also wanted to explain why your boy disappeared for 6 months there.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But yeah, stay on the lookout for my lists, and y'all hear more from me. Hopefully, y'all will be hearing more from me in 2025.
Very cool. Once again, we'll get to all super chats in the document. Don't think we missed anything. I promise we'll get to them all. Coming up next, I'm still waiting to set up my recording space. Like, what's behind me is not going to be like where I actually record videos. Still waiting for a final piece before I get back to regular content. I'll still have other stuff coming out. I will let everyone know once we have plans for the next Coliseum, which is going to be Coliseum Madness. As soon as we get all that ironed out. Just want to say thank you all again, though, for stopping by and hanging out with us on this Wednesday evening and actually having fun with us. This was much better of a reception and an execution that I ever would have dreamed of, because I came into this wondering, oh crap, this could be a disaster. So
we really needed this one to work out, and I'm glad y'all came through for us. You know what? Round of applause for the homies. Y'all did good today.
Yes, very nice. Thank you so much. So we shall leave as I get ready to close out. Thank you so much again. Again, follow the socials and the YouTube community tab and Discord. That's where I'll post when the Super Chat document is up. Crash, what does it sound like when the singer of Seether, Sean Morgan, is singing Careless Whisper again?
Oh boy, yeah, here we go. I'll never see a friend, wasted chance that I've been given, so I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. No one that straight should sing that song, goddammit. I'm sorry.
Oh,
as a queer person, that is offensive.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Grumble. I'm 40.
Thank you, everyone. Apologies to South Africa, who Seether just got disrespected a little. Sorry.
Just a little.